smart.
Has to meet you where you've been. Magic, madness, heaven, sin, forever. Has to meet you where you've been. Magic, madness, heaven, sin, reckless. Has to meet you where you've been. Magic, madness, heaven, sin, forever. Has to meet you where you've been. Magic, madness, heaven, sin,
Marcus Smart.
reckless. Has to meet you where you've been. Magic, madness, heaven, sin, forever. Has to meet you where you've been. Magic, madness, heaven, sin, reckless. Has to meet you where you've been. Magic, madness, heaven, sin, forever. Has to meet you where you've been. Magic, madness, heaven, sin.
HelloFresh is also an owner of Factor. So Factor is pre-made meal plans. If you don't like to cook your own meals with HelloFresh, you can use the link in my comment section and you can pick your meals from Factor. In the link, you get some free meals as well. So if you guys don't want to take the time to go ahead and cook the meals like I did with HelloFresh, you can go ahead and order your own meals through Factor. The meals are amazing. They have breakfast, they have protein shakes, they have smoothies. So if you guys want to use Factor, go ahead and hit that link in the comment section. It's amazing. Go ahead and make sure you click that link, get you some Teej Hanley, and support the Media Man YouTube channel, and also support Teej Hanley.
Murray.
I do that 3 more times again, I testify for you. I'm so that like you, that bitch, I do it all. I won't cry, you scared it. I'm not. Long if you joking, now it's for me. I ain't got it. I'm skinny, do it. I your bodies. Long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. But the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose if it's the moment? You just too important. Nobody like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. I can't just lose if it's the moment. You just too important. Nobody like you do. You do. In the club, I ride with you. I feel like Scarface. The white bitch with the bob, I'll be your main one. Let's take this argument back up to my place. Sex from argue, I'm not violent, I'm your day one. We had shit, yeah. It was magic, yeah. Smash and grab shit, yeah. Nasty habits take a hold when you're not here. Ain't a home when you're not here. I'll be home when you're not here. I'm saying I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I lose if it's the moment? You just too important. Nobody like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I lose if it's the moment? You just too important. Nobody like you do. You do.
What's going on? Welcome back to another Media Man Live. I'm excited to be here on this good Monday. It is March. We are almost a full year away from the tentative release date of GTA 6. I saw something funny. Some guy was like, man, that GTA don't come out until April 2025. So I got to make sure I stay alive until then. So I guess that's what we all do, right? You know what I'm saying? Just make sure we make it to April 2025 so we can be here for the release date of GTA 6. But welcome back, y'all. Before we get started, it definitely would not be a show if Dante Bryant was not the show sponsor at some point. You guys don't know, I think Dante has had the longest streak of being the show sponsor during my live streams. I think it's up to 8 now. So, yeah, so at some point, yeah, Dante Bryant has been the show sponsor. I greatly appreciate it, brother. You know that I've told you that multiple times, man. So just when you see your name pop up, I already got a banner there waiting on you, brother. So I greatly appreciate it. He said, what's up, brother Double M? What's good, brother? How you doing? How's the family? Blessings to you all. And also let me shout out Shaka Zulu for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you, brother. He put this in before the show even started. So I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, brother, for all your support. I always appreciate the show sponsors and the show members. And we got Mona in the building. Thank you for being here, Mona. Mona, make sure you guys show Mona the same respect as you would me. So I greatly appreciate she has full reign to get rid of folks. So I don't even but got to be looking. Mona got it. So how y'all doing, man? I promise you, we have a great show, man. Sometimes I'll try and put, a show in between like the week. But when I get a chance to, I guess, prepare a show for a full week, I just know that it's going to be very informative, very important, topics to discuss, especially around solution-based topics. So I promise you guys, this will be a very informative show, and you might want to take notes, because these are going to be some quotables, some things that you may or may not have known about the Black community in regards to money. And hopefully it'll open up, some people's eyes and just show, where we stand. And I don't want this to be taken as a negative, because in order to move forward, we got to understand what we're facing, right? And it only makes sense. So who better than me to give you the statistical data and debunk a couple of things that I've seen some prominent figures spread over this recent week. So yeah, we're going to definitely get to it. We're going to cook a little bit, and I got some throwbacks for you guys. I already made sure the copyrights are good to go. So yeah, it's going to be a great show. I promise you that. Let me see what we got in the building. Let me make sure I acknowledge all the people who commented. We got Pooh Man in the building. What's going on, good brother? He said, let's have a great show. Please keep your comments respectful. Likes coming in. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. We got 49 folks in the building. Greatly appreciate you, Pooh Man. Thank you for that reminder. And we got Azriel, first of his name. Been looking forward to this one. Oh, yeah, brother. Yeah, this is going to definitely be a good one. I promise you that. Let's see here. And we got Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's going on, brother? He said, yo, what up? What up, though? Jake Northington, what's going on, good brother? He said, I don't understand how the lie of social media, high income living is still being believed after this long. It's as if many want to believe the fantasy over the reality. You know how I go. And my homeboy, he actually sent me a clip of Dr. Umar once again spreading that false narrative that Black women out earn Black men. And nobody ever checks him on it. And I'm just done. It's a lose-lose situation, because in the comment section, all you see is our women. Yeah, that's right, girl. Mm-hmm. It's bad, man, but we got to move forward, man. If they don't get it, it is what it is, man. We got to cook without them. So Azriel, first of his name, says, shout out to the 90% of Black women making 6 figures, yet still bless us with their presence by dating and acknowledging our dusty existence as Black men. We'd be so lost without you, Lord have mercy. Yeah, you know what's funny, Azriel, man? I was like, because I hear two conflicting arguments. First, I'll hear Black women and women in general. They'll say, hey, we doing better. We making more money. Well, Black women say that they think that they're making more money than Black men. So I'm like, if you guys feel that you make more money than us, and what are you complaining about? So you want us to make more money than you, even though you're making more money than us? That makes no sense. So I'm like, you guys want to believe that you make more money than Black men, but then you still want Black men who are poorer than you to foot the bill for everything. that the responsibility falls on you if you guys make more money than black men, right? So it's conflicting arguments. Either there's a pay gap, in regards to gender, and you guys want to make more, or you make more than us. Which is it? Because it's confusing, and then you say you want this soft life, and who's going to provide it? If you make more money, then you can provide a soft life for yourself. You don't need a man to do that, right? But that soft life is based around a man providing that type of lifestyle for you. And that's the thing that a lot of women, they miss out. Because, like I said before, it's not a flex to provide a soft life for yourself, right? So if you have to spend all this money on bags and trying to buy a high-rise apartment that costs you $4,000 a month, you buying the jewelry by yourself, you taking yourself on trips, I don't think that would be the flex as you guys think it would be. I think the better flex would be having your husband provide you a soft life, like that. And there's a woman getting cooked on TikTok right now. I think her name is a kept wife. She, and this is one thing me and my old boys talk about again. I don't think older women sit in the conversations when younger women talk about y'all, because that woman, the kept wife, they posted her on Spiritual Word. They was pissed off at her because she was like, I don't know why people think are under the impression that I struggle just because I have kids and I'm supposed to be stress-free. She was like, no, I got a nanny. I got a chef Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I, buy whatever I want. My husband provides whatever I need. She lives a soft life. And I thought that would be a good thing. And then went in the comments and they was pissed off because she was basically saying, hey, ladies, it's your fault. You need to pick better. And they got pissed off at her ass. So, but all in all, that's a flex. She's not coming out of her pocket to provide herself a soft life. Her husband is doing it. So that's what women are looking for, right? But how do you get that soft life? You have to be a certain type of woman. First of all, you got to be in shape. Shout out to Risa Tisa. She tried, and now the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne the God and Jess Hilarious got to apologize for speaking the truth. And bigger women have said this multiple times. I've shared videos about this where, bigger women, they complain about what happens to them on the dating market. Guys calling them after midnight, don't want to be seen with them in public. These are things that, that's on YouTube. So instead of, going off on men for stating the obvious, just go on YouTube and ask bigger women, and I know some bigger women be like, man, I can pull men all the time. Like, what does that mean? What does you can pull men mean? Sex? Yeah. But what is your experience on the dating market? Like Kevin Samuels used to say, he would ask the women, when's the last time you've been on a proper date? When's the last time a man pulled up to valet and they came and opened your door and you as a bigger woman, you stepped out, out of some exotic car and this man took you to Mastro's or, Steak 48 or something like that? When was the last time that happened? And, and yes, they have outliers. We understand that. It's cool. But we're talking about your real life experience. Pulling a man in regards to sex is not good enough. And I think Black women need to make that a standard. Just because you can have sex with the type of men that you want, that doesn't mean that it looks favorably upon you. So that standard needs to be, hey, man, if I'm going to, have sex with a guy, at least let me be in a committed relationship first. And this is coming from me, a man. This doesn't benefit us because as the dating market stands now, women don't require that. So it benefits men. If men can just go out on the dating market, meet a woman, show her a good time, take her out, again, the grass wall, and he gets to have sex with her with no commitment. And then when she catches feelings, that question of what are we comes up and he's like, hey, we just chilling. And now you looking stupid. And you didn't ask him questions, nor did you require a commitment. So commitment, relationship wise, or marriage, it's got to be something. And that marriage thing, I just did an hour-long 2-part video of that, where these women be trying to use celibacy as a way to manipulate men on the dating market. I think I explained it enough to where you guys understand. So I'm not gonna go into it, but yeah, it's something to think about. So ask bigger women what their experiences, are on the dating market. You don't need men to tell you that. Go to the source. And what's the YouTube channel? It's called Manosphere Highlights Daily. I know you guys are familiar with that channel. Very good channel. About 2 years ago, they did maybe 2 videos about the dating experiences of overweight women. And it wasn't them talking, it was actually overweight women. They had a compilation of those ladies explaining the struggles that they go through on the dating market. So don't look at me as a man and saying, hey, you don't know the woman's experience, you lying. It's not me saying this. It's the actual women. And it's fun. I may clip it up in here if you guys don't get a chance, but don't listen to men. Listen to those women. They'll tell you, right? So yeah, don't get pissed off at me. I'm listening to them. How else would I be able to speak on this if I just came out here, with my opinion? I don't date bigger women, so I wouldn't know. But if they tell me and they telling everybody on the dating market, that should tell you something. Risa Tisa, she tells you that. She's like, man, she was just on an interview with Robin Roberts. And she was basically saying that, she was blind on purpose because she was trying to get to the end of the rainbow. She thought that this man was going to provide all the things that he said that he was. So she overlooked red flags. And now she's here now, defending herself on social media. And that's another thing. Ladies, if you don't want people to comment on your situation, don't post it on social media. Because once it's out there, it's for everybody. It's ours now. So if you get any, insults and people are talking about you and your weight and how delusional you were, remember, we wouldn't even knew about this stuff if it wasn't for you. Nobody asked you to put together a 52-part series of videos explaining how you got scammed. And then people break it down like, lady, why didn't you leave at this part? Why didn't you leave at that part? That's your fault. So if I have any advice for the ladies, be mindful of what you post on social media if you're not, prepared to deal with the backlash, and that's just, you can listen to me or not, but think about it. It ain't all about clicks, likes, and views because things may not go the way you planned it, right? The $30 girl just showed you guys that. She thought she was doing something by saying, hey, this man sent me $30 and I need $100. People turned on her, but me being a realistic guy, I'm like, why the hell are you sending some strange woman money for lunch and you don't even know this woman? So that's his fault. So if she says that, man, you should have sent me $100, I'm looking at the guy. Do you know this woman? Why are you spending $30 on her just to take her to lunch? You don't know her. So yeah, so whatever backlash that she gets, he is equally responsible as well, even more responsible, right? So, I mean, hey, that's, and I'm glad to see a lot of guys waking up because I posed it as a question on the community tab where, and guys are commenting. And the first thing that they said was, well, why is he spending money on a girl that he doesn't know? So it's good. These spaces are doing a lot of work. And I think that's why a lot of women hate it because it allows men to wake up. But if women were smart, you would pay attention with, and rather than being pissed off at what men are saying, you would learn. Because trust and believe, men are learning every day from women. And they're learning how piss poor women can be. So if women want that to change, then y'all got to do something about it. Right? And that's why I rely heavily on women speaking to other women. Because we're at a point as Black men, anything that we say for the majority, it's not going to be received well in our community. I'm going to go into this here in a second, but yeah, I rely heavily on those, logical Black women who have their panels, or their pages such as Mona D. Who else is out there? Bella Rings is doing a good job. I know Pick Meek is doing her thing. Yeah, so I rely heavily on these young ladies, and I'm actively searching for women who are doing that. And this is not necessarily me telling them, hey, you need to be cussing these women out. No, just be honest. If something is wrong, tell them. Don't just sit back and be cool with the sisterhood and be like, man, I know this is wrong, but I'm going to go and support this woman because I think, we're losing. So whatever they do, I got to be cool with it. But then I'll sit there and say, I wouldn't do that. But to each his own. Like, come on, man. If you got a platform, you got to speak up. Y'all see me doing it all the time. I get pushback from Black men and Black women. And I mean, I could probably count on my finger how many times I curse. Maybe I curse too many times. on that last video, but it is what it is. But yeah, so y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we got to hold each other accountable, man. So yeah, we be all right. Let's see here. And we got I Dodge the Trap. What's going on, good brother? And again, thank you to those super chats and show sponsors. Let's see here who we got. Let me see. Israelite Aperture said, I'm broke on there. That's funny. Patricia, how are you? She said, hi, I'm on the D. Just got the notice. Gave my light coming in. Can only stay an hour, though. Oh, you good. I greatly appreciate the support. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And we got Glow in the building. Good to see you here. How you? Let's see here. Who else we got? Heru in the Apocalypse. He said, right. Let's see here. Who else we got? Let me see if I miss any new names. Oh, okay. Here we go. Glow said, yeah, because y'all not finna have over leveled up GTA characters without me. Yeah, you got to get to it, man. You know, people gonna burn through that game. You know, that's what happened with Last of Us 2. It's like speed runs, as they call it on YouTube, where when it first came out, guys will spend like their whole day trying to finish the game. You know, it took me a while to finish that damn game because I was pissed off at certain situations. But yeah, shout out to them doing the damn speed runs. And we got Roddy, the cloud engineer. What's going on, brother? New York in the Hez house. What's going on? Let's see here. Saint Cyr, what's going on, brother? Media man in chat. Salute to you, brother. God bless. How you? Let's see here. And we got Dean Chrisman. What's going on, brother? So let's go. Always good to hear arguments based on logic. Yeah, man. It's simple. And like I said, I always have to stress this. This is not my information. Me as a content creator, I did not make this stuff up. and it just bothers me that when people I know who are educated and they know this stuff, but yet they fail to tell Black women what the truth is. And I'm gonna explain why that is here in a second. So, Ren, what's going on, brother? He said, I'm ready for Media Man to drop some factual data against the nonsense on social media. Oh, we got a couple. We got a couple videos that y'all gonna be. I promise you, Ren, and everybody in the chat, I promise you that everybody is going to be shocked at one of the videos that I play. And it's a short video, but what this brother says, all of y'all gonna be like, what the hell? I promise you. That was my reaction when I seen this video. Promise you. We gonna get to it. I promise you that. And we got Malcolm S in the building. Said, was it non-media man? Big backs get rich men. See, come on, brother. Why you make me say big backs? That is a funny ass word. My phrase, big backs. When people say big backs, it always remind me of King Koopa from Super Mario. You know, the King Koopa had the spikes and he had that big ass shell back. So every time you say big back, it reminds me of Donkey Kong on Mario Kart. Because he had, when he was in that little ass, that probably looked like me. I shouldn't do that. But when he was in that little ass cart and he was like crunched in, and, you know, the big ass back moving. Let me stop doing that before I'm going to have to clip that in there because that looked like me. Because I'm wearing my nice Hugo Boss fitted silk shirt. So let me stop moving. Somebody can be like, yeah, you look like that. Glow said, built like a layered Krabby Patty. Man, see? Y'all. Moda said they need to face reality. Risa Tisa is the avatar of women that sprinkle in the diverse priesthood. Yeah, and we talked about this before, Mona. I was like, and I put out a little cartoon of this. The comment section in the Sprinkle Girls page, I hate to say it, but it's nothing but single mothers and bigger women for the most part. And I'm like, wow, man, like it's working. So I'm gonna touch on that as well. I'm spending a little bit more time in the comment section because this is good. Y'all funny. See, Patricia said, after all, if Black women make so much much more money than black men, but we want them to still make more money than us. What's wrong with being the guy that earns equally? Yeah, I don't understand it, Patricia. It's just I think our women need to be on one accord. Either you want black men to make more money, or y'all want to make more money than black men. And if it's you making more money than black men, then there's responsibility that comes with that. So if that's the goal for all y'all to out earn black men, what comes with that? So instead of black men being 40% of the sole providers in our marriages, then that needs to flip now, right? Y'all didn't know that. Well, if you're on my page, you knew that 40% of the married couples in the black community, black men are the sole provider. So our breadwinner in the household, which basically means that either the wife doesn't earn any income and the man makes all the money, or he earns 70% or more of the household income, right? So that needs to switch. If y'all make more money than the black men, right? So get on the same accord, man. Because the arguments, they're starting to get played out. And I start to see a lot more people making parodies of these female podcasts. It used to be men. It was one funny where this guy was he was doing like one about alpha male training or whatever. But now you see a lot more women and some men, they're doing parodies of female podcasts, especially that one where the women are like, you got to stand on business. Yeah, it's funny. So they're starting to see the narrative, and it's, people are making jokes out of it because it's the same talking points. Black men are trash. We need a soft life. The end. Let me stop, man. Go ahead and get your soft life. Well, Quill, what's going on? So it's hilarious that they went from F Cheesecake Factory to calling a chick crazy for denying $30. Yeah, I'm like, man, it's a contradiction. They need to stay on task. How you don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory, which can damn sure we went to Cheesecake Factory when that shit went on, and it cost me about maybe like $120 because we eat good. Cheesecake Factory is amazing. So yeah, we've been about 120 at Cheesecake Factory. So are y'all complaining about that? And now you want to be mad at the woman saying, hey, $30 ain't enough. Like, which is it? Sheesh. Like, come on, man. Here we go. My man, D320KG with the 199 Super Chat said, just showing my support, man. And your support is definitely appreciated, brother. You know what it is. Love to see you in here, man. How you? Thank you, brother. Let's see here. So I said, King Cooper, Bowser. Yeah, man, I got to stop, doing like that because that's how he looked. So somebody could be like, that look like you. Because I think we the same shade of color. So, and that's the worst stereotype for a black man. I'm gonna have to edit that out. So, what's a white dude come over here? Yeah, boy, you sure do look like that monkey. Hey, don't be playing, brother. See, Andre Golden, what's going on, brother, with the $9.99 super chat? And he is today's show sponsor. Once again, shout out to Dante Bryant for starting it off right. And let me go and put that in there real quick. On Mondays, I got to get in that comment section a little bit more just to make sure I acknowledge y'all. So last time when we was on, I was looking forward to that damn Lakers game against the Nuggets, and we got our ass whooped, as always. Jesus. The Nuggets got our number. I don't know what to tell y'all. Let's see. There you go. Appreciate that, brother. I'm laughing, but I was pissed off. Let me see here. MC Recovery and Relapse. What's going on, brother, with the $2 super chat? Said, how you like black men and boys, LA data, I email you. Oh, yeah, that was you, man. Yeah, I read it. Yeah, I actually sent it to one of my good friends, but I'll get back to you very shortly, brother. I got something for you because I'm putting together a compilation of the things that black men and myself are doing in this platform because there's a narrative that, black men aren't making change. They're just talking on social media, and I think every step of the way, the initiatives that I've been involved in regards to the Live to the Beat campaign in regards to heart disease in the Black community. That's one thing that I've led and am still a part of. Also, the nutritional division had that meeting at the White House. Our first initiative that's geared towards improving nutrition in the Black community, because if you guys don't know, that's my field. So don't expect me to be in the political space of trying to make change. I know where I am needed and necessary for the Black community. So it's always going to be something about health, right? And so, yeah, I've been definitely putting together a lot of different things, not necessarily behind the scenes, because you guys know. I always let you guys know what's going on and what I'm a part of and how it has affected the Black community and also Black students in various colleges in the South. So, yeah, we can do another rundown. But like I said, man, don't just think that this platform is just some guy up here talking about the problems and making up false solutions. No, I'm actually living it, because I'm worried about the Black community and our health, because I'm a public health guy. So preventative measures is where we thrive. So instead of being reactive, I like to be proactive, to where we can prevent these things and prolong our livelihood, especially as Black men. Right? So, yeah. So we've been doing a lot of work. Dante Bryant with the $5 super chat said they just want control media, man. They want the advantage of making more money, but not the responsibility that comes with it. It's mad money. That's all. Yeah, man. And I'm starting to understand that. And thank you, Dante. Let's see here. We get all the super chats. Let me get Saint Cyr. Wait, two more. I got Glow. And Saint Cyr said the logic is they want you to be ready to cash out when on a date, but they can be frugal if you give them $30 for a lunch break on their own. Yeah, and what was crazy is that girl, she said that she spends $100 on her lunch like every day. I'm like, what? Who spent $100 a day on lunch? These women, boy. Raphael Phillips said, I saw something on Guy's page where he had 2 old Black women say that they need to control Black men. Lord have mercy. These people. Social media is not regulated. So I'll just leave it at that. And then Patricia said, one has the brother popping all the balloons for the other Black women in the room. It was funny. Oh, I didn't see that. With that show, I told y'all, don't send me more of them videos. They triggered me. I'm like, man, I thought for sure that the purpose or the premise of the show was to clown the men that came up there, because when I watched the videos, that's all I saw. Your clothes look trash. You too short. Your hair. You wearing glasses. It was one guy. He just walked up and they popped all the balloons. And then they, the host, she asked him, what do you do for a living? And he said he just graduated law school. He's graduated law school. And then they start trying to walk it back. And he was like literally having meaningful conversations with each and every woman, to the point that they started getting pissed off. One girl got pissed off and started shaming him. I'm like, this is the guy. This guy just graduated law school. His upside is very bright, but y'all dismissed this brother because of his clothes. I don't know. We try. So, Lord have mercy. Okay. Oh, my goodness. LJ with the $5 super sticker. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. My goodness. Oh, Lord. I got to stop it right there. Some of this stuff is funny. That balloon show is funny, but it's just, it gives you a window in regards to how, I'll just say, some of our young women select men. And we definitely going to talk about it, here in a second. But this first video is kind of a blast from the past. And I'm going to kind of show my age here a little bit, but I think young folks need to understand how deep this brainwashing of Black women in regards to Black men has gone. And I know this may ruffle a little feathers, especially with the Black men that are watching, But I want you guys to stay with me. And, when I say this, there's an overarching point. I actually understand why black women don't see black men as leaders. I do. And I know that may sound crazy, but there's some truth behind the reason why they don't feel that they can follow our lead in the black community. And the reason for that is because the things that they believe about black men are based off of a lie. As you guys know, in 2023, I spent the majority of the time debunking all these false narratives about black men in regards to, black men's childbirth, fertility, being, deadbeat dads, making less than black women, half of black men in prison, black women being more educated, black women, just doing it. It went even as far as black women saying that there's more black men in nursing homes than black women or women in general. I spent 2023 debunking all this stuff to the point that I had to call out white men, white women, because there was a white woman saying that black men and white women were the most divorced, even though it was white women overall, and black women being the most divorced and the least married, with no black women doing any research to see if these people were true or not. One white man lied to black women in their face, and they shared his content on their platform to where he was saying that men are responsible for, the majority of men who are, in prison. They never did any research. They just went out there and ran with it. And with all of those narratives, that is the reason why our women don't see us as leaders. Because as a black man or as any woman, just think about it. If you thought that your male counterparts made less than you, you thought that the majority of your male counterparts were gay, if you thought that the majority of your male counterparts were in prison, if you thought that what else is out there? Your male counterparts had more children than you, whatever else narrative. Why would you follow that type of person? So that's why black women don't see black men as leaders, because they believe the lie. And when you try and present them with the facts, data, and statistics by basically saying, hey, this is not true. Whatever you guys thought, it's not true. They have to be open to receiving that. And as of now, they're not. So these narratives have taken over 50 years to implement in black women. So it's probably going to take another 50 years to unlearn what they have learned. But they have to be open to it. And what I see on social media is that they aren't. So that's why they don't believe black men are fit to be leaders or are fit to lead the community, because what they think black men are is based off of a lie. Does that make sense, guys? Right? So every time I hear a black woman say that, black men, they don't know how to lead or they need to do better, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about, because it's already been embedded. And it's funny that you even get young women before the new Color Purple movie came out. You got younger women saying Color Purple was my favorite movie. And black women had to struggle in this because black men did this to them. And I'm like, man, you 20 years old. How did you get a hold of the Color Purple? And when did that become your favorite movie? So these narratives about black men have been passed on throughout the black community for decades. And like I said, I think it's going to take another 50 years to get that cleared up if they're willing to understand. But like I said, on social media, they're not, man. And so at that point, it's really nothing you can do. And I the reason why I brought this up is because when I first saw this, the issues that black women had with black men, it was from the movie Jungle Fever. And if you're a fan of my page, you know that I talked about this before. The movie Jungle Fever was the first time I was introduced with, the way that black women really feel about black men. And the scene that I'm about to play for you, it actually, it stars I always thought that she was beautiful. Her name is Phyllis Yvonne Stickney, and she's a darker skinned woman that I have in the picture. And she recently did another interview talking about black men. Now, keep in mind, Jungle Fever came out in 1991, right? And the scene that I'm about to play for you guys, there's rumors going around that Spike Lee said that this scene was not scripted. It was literally just black women talking about how they feel about black men, right? And Phyllis, she's in this scene and she's one of the most vocal ones. So 33 years ago, she was talking about this. Fast forward till present day, she just did another interview, and I want you guys to see if anything has changed, right? So yeah, so let's get into this first video. And this is a scene from the movie Jungle Fever, written and produced by Spike Lee. There is no running video, so I had to put a picture over just so we won't get copyright. But the message is in the dialogue, so that's pretty much all we need to hear. So the woman on the left is Phyllis Stickney. That's the woman that we're going to be highlighting. But just pay attention to the topics that they discuss and ask yourself, are they still relevant today? Right? So let's continue. Here we go. Fair use.
She ain't nothing but a low-class, white trash. She probably didn't even finish high school.
Girl, you know that's the truth.
That's what he left me for.
See, I always thought Flipper was the ideal husband, girl. You can never tell. They are all dogs. I promise you, they're all dogs.
You know what? We're gonna have to start dating white men.
Stop it,
Oh,
Joey.
no, I'm not.
No, it's true.
I'm not dating no white
It
man.
ain't no good black men out there.
Yeah, you hear that? Well, did you hear her? She said, there ain't no good black men out there. That was Phyllis saying that. And again, Spike Lee, there's, like I said, there's rumors out there saying that this was not scripted. He said that the dialogue was so good that he just let the cameras roll and he captured it and put it in the video, right? So that was Phyllis basically saying that there's no good black men out there. This was released in 1991. Does that sound familiar? Let's continue.
Are no good. Most of them were drug addicts in jail, homos. The good ones know they the shit, so they got 10 women at a time, leaving.
What's she say? Homos in jail. Same things, right? 33 years ago. Let's continue.
Babies all over the place.
My marriage is wrecked. It's fucked up. The man is gone. He's fucking some white bitch, and I still believe there's good black men out there.
Where? And the options? What are the options?
You know what the
Be
options
numb,
are?
be gay, or see somebody who likes you no matter what, Chinese, black, white, or whatever.
Wrong,
Exactly.
Hilda. You're wrong as the day is long. They're out there. The problem is we're looking in the wrong places.
True.
That was some sound advice. Sounds like what men been saying. They out there, but y'all looking in the wrong places. And I've said this multiple times to black women. What y'all, the types of men that y'all incentivize on the dating market are those are the men that you'll see more of. Because if you guys are incentivizing the guys who are the quote unquote Pookies and Ray Rays by giving them sex, having their babies, then other men are going to see this and they're going to mimic what you guys flock to. So if that's the narrative, then that's the, more of those guys you will see. That's why you have younger men taking on this thug maxing narrative. And I've talked about this before. It comes out of the black pill, right? Thug maxing is when black men in general, see that women are gravitating towards men with tattoos, who sag their pants, who dress a certain way, talk a certain way, so on and so forth. So they see that women are incentivizing those guys. They're attracted to those men. So they try and mimic those types of guys, even though they never lived that thug type of lifestyle. So what do? These men go out and get tattoos. They start dressing like the guys that they see women giving attention to, basically trying to change their whole personality so they can appeal more to women. And I don't think women understand that, yes, if they see you guys having babies by this guy, then they want to be that guy too, because he's obviously getting sex. So y'all need to watch who you incentivize. But I don't think our women have understood that yet, because you can't fake attraction. We know that. So what do men do? They try and adapt to the dating market. That's where you get thug maxing. And I don't condone that. I don't want men going out there getting tattoos and stuff. You come from a 2-parent household, you doing well, but you got to act like you're a thug just so you can get some play from black women. Got to stop. And it's not just black women. Let me not say that. It's all women, right? So y'all need to pay attention. Let's continue.
We're looking someplace, I don't know where we're looking, but we're not looking at bus drivers or truck drivers or garbage men, and a lot of them are doing that, and we just won't give them the time of day. But they're good men.
How many men do you know, black men, who can effectively deal with a mate who has more education and makes more money? Not many. They freak, and y'all know I'm telling the truth.
I know, girl.
No, the fact remains is that we are losing our men. That's the bottom line.
That's the overarching point. And that's what we've been talking about here in present day. She said the fact remains is that we're losing our men, and that's the bottom line. This was 33 years ago, and she's talking about interracial marriage, right? Y'all see what the interracial statistics are right now, the marriage statistics in regards to black men, right? So this has been a topic of discussion in the black community for a while now, but nobody has done anything. So that's, I mean, if black women knew this, then the obvious thing to do would be to ask black men what they need, or what, find out what the truth is, but they didn't do that. Let me get this super chat real quick. Dante Bryant, $10 super chat said, nah, I can't rock with you on that, brother. It was the other way around. We would have to take responsibility for spreading those harmful myths, stereotypes, and lies. We would not get a pass. No, so I'll tell you this. Black men do have a part in this narrative, and our part is that we tucked our tails for too long. We stayed quiet. So that's our fault. There were no black men of prominence that stood up and said, hey, I'm not going to sit here and let y'all talk about black men like this, because the truth remains that black men are doing this, this, and this. Nobody stood up and said anything. So black men, yes, we have responsibility in regards to these stereotypes that we allowed to, fester in the black community for decades. But now we have platforms where we can talk about this stuff. We can do our own research and see the truth, right? So yeah, so we definitely do have a part, but that's why I'm here. That's why some of the respectable guys in these spaces are here as well, so we can clear up this nonsense, this foolery, right? So yeah, so that's my opinion. Let's continue. Fair use.
This doesn't really so much have to do with the black men. I know it does, and I know we want to blame them, and it is their blame. But part of it is that these white bitches throw themselves at black men. Do you see the way they look at them? You can't walk down the street with your man without 29,000 white bitches coming on to them, and they will give up the pussy because their fathers tried to keep it from them all their lives. When they turn 18 and they leave home, they're going to get that black dick. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. And it can be yours, or mine, and they want it.
So it seemed like they're explaining white women competing for the guys, the black men that they want. And that's something that I think our women are opposed to. Because I rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, he used to say this all the time. He said, you guys don't want to compete. Because if you say the word compete for a man, I ain't competing for a man, she can have him. And that's exactly what these white women are doing. So I don't know what to tell you. So here we go.
And they're getting
Deal with the black man for a minute.
Oh, Inez.
There's a lot of self-hate going on when he can't deal with his sister.
Yeah, but Inez, how would you know? You won't deal with a black man. How would you know?
Oh, no. I do date black men, but I also date Chinese, Latino, Jewish, the full spectrum.
That's not really a consolation for this particular
Well, it's not
argument that we're
supposed to be.
having.
All I'm saying is I know you think I should date black men, but I'm going to date who I like. Give me a man, regardless of the color of his skin, who is nice to me, who is sweet to me, and who I strongly believe loves me.
It's not about
So, and she was basically talking about like the swirl and divestment movement or whatever, but she seemed a little bit more genuine about it. And again, I don't care who black women date. Try and date outside your race. It is what it is. My issue is that if you guys are going to champion other races of men, just make sure that they're marrying you. We don't want a situation where you got some woman or some white man on Kendra G's show telling Kendra G, a black woman, that he was able to have sex with the black woman and not to give her a commitment, but he ended up marrying this white woman. And Kendra G got pissed off because this scruffy looking white man who looked like one of these doomsday preppers, he was on there saying this about a black woman. And she got mad. She was like, see, black women, why y'all gonna just let him have sex with you and you're not gonna require marriage from him? And that's the problem, especially with her wording in this movie. She said, I date all these men. Dating is not enough. It's not. Y'all need to require marriage from them guys, right? But like I said, I think, you know, the moneymaker for black women is to be able to post pictures on social media with some white man and get all the praise and admiration from other black women as basically an attempt to throw it in black men's face. I told you we could date out. Y'all, why are y'all threatening black men with this? Black men been dating outside of their race. So nothing is going to change on that on our behalf. So y'all gonna just have to, you know, you're not gonna threaten black men into, you know, like getting our attention because you're dating a white man. And shout out to Jay Fleming. I remember a while back we did a live stream together, and he was basically telling black women that you can't affirmative action your way in the dating market, which basically means that you can't tell somebody to marry you if they don't want to marry you. And it was one of the most profound things that I've ever heard in these spaces, because it seems like that's what a lot of our women are trying to do. Like, hey, I can date out. You see, black men, these white men are dating us. And we're just sitting there looking back like, okay, but I'm looking at the stats here, you know, and it doesn't look favorably. But y'all continue dating, having their kids, and not requiring marriage. So, I mean, it's up to y'all. Y'all can change it. So let's continue.
Inez, I am not the rainbow fucking kind. Yes, you are the reading rainbow. We know this about you.
Drew, if it'll make you happy, honey, I will make a pilgrimage to Africa, the motherland, and find myself a true tribesman.
A true Asiatic black man.
With a dick down to his knees to keep me happy for days.
See, hey, sex is at the top of the list. Looks and sex. We know this. As black men, we know this. And that's why we win on the dating market. Let's continue.
Zulu dick.
That's right, girl. I'm gonna give me some serious Zulu dick in the bush.
Y'all are nasty.
Do any of you know what it is like not being thought of as attractive?
I can't believe you ever believed that.
Drew, it's the kind of shit you buy into, okay? I was always the darkest one in my class, and I know you know what I'm talking about. All the guys ran after the light-skinned girls with long, straight hair, and that left me out. And it's that same kind of thinking that leaves us out when it comes to white women. Now, back in the day, brothers would get sisters that looked like you, Drew, and you, Vera, you know? But now, light skin ain't even good enough. Today, brothers are going for the gusto. I mean, the real McCoy. That's why Flipper's gone. White girls got it made.
The whole thing, everything that we've been doing, and everything in the society, we just keep on doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yes.
Keep on telling ourselves, negating ourselves, our own value. Look at the brothers who are successful. Look at them. Most of the brothers who have made it got white women on their arms. Okay?
See, so there's another narrative that I had to debunk recently, actually, and I think I did that in 2023 as well. She said the black men who have it made, they always got a white woman on their arm. That's not true. 83% of black men who make over $100,000, 83% of married black men who make over $100,000 a year are married to black women. But as I stated before, black women will see a black man, whoever you want, an athlete, with a white woman or a racially ambiguous woman, and they'll assume that that's all black men. But they don't see the 83% or the 82% of black men who make that much money are married to black women, because they're only focused on the 0.0001% of the athletes, rappers, and entertainers. And you know, and honestly, that's all they promote on these predominantly black spaces, you know. And it was funny, just recently, Kemba Walker, the old Knicks player, UConn legend, he actually just got engaged, and the woman looks either light-skinned or mixed or something like that. And I believe either the Shade Room or the Spiritual Word posted his engagement and her being happy and them holding hands. And you can, you know, pretty much guess how the comment section went, right? You know, ever since Cat Williams said that, you know, every black man in sports and entertainment get issued the same type of light-skinned black woman or whatever, that's the quote that our women like to go to. You know, as to say that black men aren't attracted to dark skin or typical FBA black women. And I already written down the list in regards to what that means. I was actually shocked by that. But yeah, so I mean, it's still out there. This narrative is still here. So let's continue.
In order to go up that little ladder to success, seems like you got to have Miss Thing on your arm. Their responsibility level isn't the same as ours.
It's not a question of responsibility. It's just a fundamental disrespect.
Disrespect
for women.
I mean, I don't care the best man. It's hard for him to say no. Some pussy stand him in the face. I'm sorry. I don't know the man that's been born that's gonna say no to. Here, look around here. Ain't nobody looking. He gonna fuck the pussy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you're in a committed relationship, then you are supposed to be able to say no. It's the art of no theory for me. Okay? If you know that you're involved with this person, you have no business. And I know that there's such thing as, I mean, you're gonna get turned on and all that. You're gonna see somebody you wanna fuck, but your mind's supposed to tell you, I have a committed relationship here. Right. I have a wife. I have whatever. And tell the dick to shut the fuck up. Tell the dick to get down. Strap that motherfucker down. You have to.
I'm serious. You know something, though? It don't even matter what color she is. My man is gone.
Okay.
So now this is her most recent interview with, I think it's a Hype or Comedy Hype. It's on YouTube. And I came across this. I don't know how, but this is her experience in regards to, I guess, dating or her thoughts on black men. And remember, this is the same woman, Phyllis Yvonne Stickney, that was in Jungle Fever, talking about the same issues that we hear on these, you know, black women podcasts, right? So you guys let me know if anything has changed over 33 years in regards to her outlook on black men. Here we go. Fair use.
All goes to light girl town. You know what I mean? Little brown girl, I said, takes a special black man in America to love a richly melanated sister.
See, so, and sorry for stopping it, but I have to point this out. You have to be a typical FBA black, what was it, FBA, Foundational Black American, Black African, is that what it is? They call it, you know, like if you don't have certain features that they deem as okay or acceptable with black women, then they won't accept your marriage to that particular black woman. And it involves the color of the black woman. She needs to be dark skinned. She needs to have a typical FBA nose, which is wide, somewhat like mine's, right? What else? She has to have 4C hair, right? What else? She can't have a small nose because that's too European looking. Her eyes need to be regular color. They can't be colored like a Marla Negra. This is not me saying this. This is me doing my research on some of the dark-skinned black women empowerment channels that I did when I first got into these spaces. So if you don't look like that and you marry that, you know, a different type of woman that's outside of what I just described, then you're not considered a black man who married a richly melanated black woman. This is not me saying this. This is not my observation. This is what black women are saying. In particular, the young woman, Chrissy. She's a swirler promoter or whatever. And I used to listen to her to see, you know, the other side of this. But she actually did a great video breaking all of the shades down, you know, and comparing women. And she's not really dark skinned. Gabrielle Union, she doesn't qualify as a dark skinned woman. She's more brown skinned and her nose is more European. So, and she has thin lips. So she can't be, considered a regular black woman because she has those European features. It goes deep. And I'm just here to let you guys know, like, this is not me. This is what I've heard from black women. So let's continue.
Most black men just have been conditioned to see beauty differently.
See?
Yeah. Why do you think in today's age you see black women going outside of dealing with black men?
So I'm gonna let it play, but he's basically saying he thinks that more black women are going outside their race. Yes, more black women are promoting dating other races of men. They may be dating, but they're not getting married. And this is where a lot of the black community's ignorance comes into play, because they'll say statements like this without doing the research. And that's what gets us messed up in these conversations. But let's continue. My apologies, guys, for continue to stop it. But it's just a good topic.
I think that historically, there was always, Massa always desired us, so we would not have the miscegenation that we had. It was not, so we were always desirable to them, rather than whatever they want to say, whatever lies or however they want to flip the truth or actual fact. I think that sometimes, even me in my thinking at this age, not that I ever would, I love black men, but there's a time that we get tired of not being respected, adored,
right,
valued.
So, and I hear this all the time, and I have to address this. I always hear black women say that they don't feel respected by black men. And I always wonder, how do black women as a whole view themselves in regards to how they act towards black men? Why is that never factored in regards to the way that they may see black men acting towards them? Because maybe it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black situation. That's what I think. Because as much as black women say that they're having issues with black men, I could say the same thing about black men who say that they're having issues with black women. So in that right, then I think we all need to come to the table and level set the conversation, because black women are not absolved from spreading false narratives and lies and hatred about black men. And it's funny that every time we get somebody on one of these panels or on one of these interviews, they never acknowledge that. And I don't think that's them lacking the knowledge. I think they know, but I think it sounds better to say that black men are disrespecting black women or black men aren't doing this for black women, when you know damn well that black women's closet is not clean when it comes to black men. So that gives us more reason to come together and have a real conversation. I mean, it only makes sense, right? Let's continue.
And so I have friends that are married to men that are not black, or dating men that are not black. And I sometimes look and see how they are adored. To be adored. And at some point you go, okay, I want somebody to adore me. I don't care what he looks like. Because somebody just adore me, please. Right. Somebody adore me, like me, love me, value me.
So again, she's saying that her friends who are either dating or married to non-black men, they are adored. That's what she's saying, right? So she's saying that I guess in her friend circle, she doesn't see black men adoring their black wives, but she does see that with white men, and when they date or marry her black female friends. Sounds familiar, y'all? Yeah, we've been talking about this. Here we go. Fair use.
Have patience with me. So I think it becomes someone that feels, checks those boxes and feels those, and at some point you don't care what the color is. I think that some sisters, just like the brothers, looking for status, looking for other things, and so they find those other nationalities or quote unquote races are more attractive or will help them achieve what they want to achieve. Some I think are because of the pain,
Yeah.
and that I say often, I say it in jest, but it's serious. Most of the things I think funniest things come from truth. If you're dealing with a sister or you're dealing with a brother, you're dealing with a certain level of pain and issues. We all got issues. I don't care who it is. So if you're dealing with a brother, you got to some issues are going to come with the package. So now you just got to figure out how much issues or how much baggage you can take from him and vice versa.
All right. So she's basically saying that if there's issues and people need therapy. And I have to say this. We got to stop using that shit as a cop-out. Because the majority of people don't need therapy. They just need to get out of their own way. People know exactly what the hell that they're doing in regards to how they talk about black men or black women. That doesn't necessarily mean that they need therapy. They just ain't shit people. And that's okay. So we got to stop using that cop out by saying, yeah, the reason why people act up is because they need therapy. No, it's okay to call somebody stupid when they're acting stupid or when they're saying something stupid. That doesn't necessarily mean that they need therapy, right? And that's coming from a guy who is a huge supporter of people getting therapy. But I also know that everybody doesn't need therapy. There are people that are just bad people. And we just got to go ahead and acknowledge that instead of using that as a cop-out. I tell people that all the time. You try, and you see, you guys starting to see an influx of people using, their mental health issues as an excuse to do dumb shit. And I tell, the example that I like to use is that if you're just chilling with somebody and somebody punches you in the jaw, after you was talking and you said like a trigger word and you say, hey, why the hell you swing on me? So, oh man, you said one of my trigger words, man. I just got this issue with my mental health. That's all it is. I'm sorry. Is that good enough? If somebody swing on you and they can just explain it by saying I got mental health issues, is that cool with y'all? No. I don't care what the reason is. You swing on me because you failed to tell me that me saying the color, saying the word red is your trigger word and that causes you to swing on people. And you swing on me after I said red, but you failed to tell me that beforehand, you're going to get your ass whooped. And then we could talk about your mental health issues later. But you can't use that as an excuse to get me off of, swinging on your ass. No. So we got to stop using this narrative that everybody can mental health their issues away from trouble. Don't work like that. Take accountability and, and stop being a shitty person. That's what needs to happen. Therapy, is not necessary for that. Stop being dumb. And, that was the end of the video, but I did a couple searches on Phyllis Yvonne Stickney. They said she was actually married to a brother named Rayford Gallen Griffith in 1989, which is 2 years before the movie Jungle Fever came out. However, the union was short-lived and the two soon parted ways mutually. So I believe she got divorced before the movie Jungle Fever came out, which is why she probably had so much, hate and disdain for black men at that time, right? And she also confirmed that Rayford, he's actually remarried, right? She confirmed it, and she has no kids, and that's her story. So there's a reason why she may have this opinion about black men, because things haven't went her way on the dating market. And again, I'm just speculating based off of what I read on Google. But that's her story. But the funny thing is, I've always thought that Phyllis was an attractive woman. I mean, and especially in the movie Jungle Fever. She was also in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Real quick, she had a quick part or whatever. She's been in a bunch of movies. I believe she was wasn't she the therapist in one of those movies? I think it was maybe Crooklyn. Yeah, I think she was the therapist in Crooklyn. Y'all remember that movie? Was it Crooklyn? No, not Crooklyn. What was that movie with with damn, it was with Lorenz Tate and Jada Pinkett. What was that movie called? That was one of my favorite movies. I can't remember the name. Yeah, when they was at the beach, Lorenz Tate, Jada Pinkett. There's some prominent actors in that dang movie. Inkwell. There you go. Why I gotta be a goofy? Why I gotta be a goofy? A rude boy? Sweet Jesus. I'm trying to remember it, brother. hey, yo, he called me goofy. Why I got to be all that, brother? I'm trying. Jesus Christ. Why I got to be a goofy? Now you can go. Why? What did I do? I'm asking for help. God, dog. Like, man, I'm trying, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't shoot the messenger. Cuz called me a goofy. No. Hey, that's good, man. I know he a young dude. He'll learn on somebody else's page. So oh man. Yeah, you'll learn on somebody else's page, brother. You won't see me. Oh man, that's funny. But you can go. Okay. That's good stuff right there. Oh man. Let me see here. Oh, let me get to the super chats. We got from Downtown 296, $5 super chat said, peace, media man. I always used to watch this movie to laugh at Gator. Yeah, I missed the overall message, but I was also a kid though. Oh yeah, man. Me and my brother, we used to mimic Gator, you know, because I'm a crackhead. So you ain't alone in that, man. We used to watch the movie just for that. But Holly Berry was one of the most prettiest crackheads that I've ever seen. I probably would have had a hot $40 for her. Let me not get swung on. I'm just playing, y'all. Let Holly Berry cook. Eddie Y with the 1999 super chat. Thank you, brother. He said, thank you so much for your work, brother. First time catching your live stream. I plan to schedule a one-on-one with you in the future. Keep going. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I look forward to it, man. We always have good conversations on the Calendly interviews, man. It's great. Thank you. And we got Sir Tice with the 499 super chat. Man, that reminds me of a somewhat unknown. He's a kind of a rapper, singer. His name was I think it's Sir Ari. Y'all know what I'm talking about? He used to have a mixtape that was really good that I have on my playlist. I think it was Sir Ari or something like that. But anyway, the programming is entrenched in the culture, and this fever was part of it. Yeah. Badu also said Tyrone was just bantering. Funny how it's all absorbed. Yeah, man. You see it. Call Tyrone. Lord have mercy. Thank you, brother. Emmanuel Dark with the $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Said she needs to look like Aunt Jemima. Just say it. Yeah, like I said, it's a typical look that they'll only accept, you know, as black women. And don't wait around for our women to acknowledge this. Like I said, you kind of have to go to their spaces to hear them say it, because, you know, there is, and this is, I'm not saying that there isn't a level of colorism that goes into how some of our black men select women, but that doesn't negate the fact that there's a lot of black men that love dark-skinned black women. Every time I talk about this, there's more men than not saying that I love dark-skinned women. And I honestly don't think black women want to hear that, because it doesn't go with their narrative of the light-skinned privilege type of deal, right? Because of the, you know, the videos back in the day. Of course, those rappers used to get the light-skinned women or the exotic women. For some odd reason, 50 Cent go on an interview with Lil Wayne and say, I like exotic women, and he speaks for all black men. It's foolery, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's always, you ask black men, you know, do you like dark-skinned women? I think I'll be safe to say that at least 95, 96, 97% of black men will say, yeah, I love dark-skinned black women. So, but then it's always these, variables that they have to meet, but it is what it is. So it can get, you could get a headache trying to figure it out. But I did spend maybe a good 2 weeks researching colorism and, black women talking about, light skin privilege. Watched the 2 movies. Was it dark skinned girls, light skinned girls? So yeah, I did a little bit of research on it. So Dante Brown with the $2 super chat said they won't acknowledge it. They have to be victims. Yeah, like I said, man. And I don't want black men to waste their time trying to have conversations with black women, knowing that they're not going to admit the things that I'm saying. You don't have to have them admit to it. They don't have to acknowledge it. Just know that it's true. That's it. So Rich J with the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. He said you can be the finest thing on earth, but until you change your attitude, nothing is going to change. Yeah, and that's what it is, Rich J. And I've seen some women on panels talk about, I think Melissa Ford recently said that black men were trying to go overseas as passport bros to find better looking women. That's not the reason at all. I think it's fair to say that the majority of black men, the overwhelming majority of black men, think black women are beautiful. I've been on record saying that I've been all across the world, and black women are, the most beautiful women that I've seen in every country. And that's me going to Africa. No matter where there are black women, I've always said that black women are the most beautiful women in the world, to me personally, right? And a lot of black men will say that as well. But the problem comes with the attitude and the disagreeableness. And I think instead of saying that, hey, that's not true on black women's behalf, I think it's time for y'all to acknowledge that, because it has nothing to do with your looks. Yes, black men want y'all to be in shape, but the black women who are in shape, top tier, especially in the damn gym. Lord have mercy. You get a black woman serious about that gym, it's curtains for every other white woman, Hispanic woman in there. Let's see here. We got Afro Nerd Radio. What's going on, brother? With $10 super chat. Thank you. He said it's time for black men to retract resources. Maybe black women need to remove the wigs, lose the weight, and become better like we have to. Yeah. What does black men solipsism look like? Can black men rock like black women? Man, those are good questions, man. And these are, discussions that I think we as black men, we understand this. I think it's about time that black women have some real conversations, especially when it comes to interracial dating. Instead of sitting there getting mad at black men for dating outside or marrying outside of their race, why don't you ask them why? Instead of shaming them first. Instead of using that umbrella of, you hate your black mother, so you have to date outside your race, or you're looking for status, so that's why you date outside of your race. No, ask those black men why. Like, seriously, if there's any ninja watching black women here, instead of getting upset, ask them. Because I promise you, the majority of black men will not say, well, the reason why I'm dating outside of my race or I'm marrying outside of my race is because I hate my black mother and I'm looking for status, and the sign of status is getting with the white woman. No, has not y'all. And I've said this multiple times. Black women give black men too much credit when it comes to dating and or marrying outside of their race. It's not that deep. I promise you that. It is not that deep. Black men dating outside of their race because they hate their black mother? No. Y'all give us too much credit. It's simple. She was nice. She attractive. I like her. That's it. It's no underlying message. Oh, man, I had all these bad experiences. There's some black men out there, but not the majority. Not the majority at all. It's like, no, I've had all these black women did me dirty, so I had to date white women. No, that's not the majority of black men. And that's not me negating some black men's experience, because I know that exists. I definitely know that exists. It's not the majority. The majority, especially in the military, man, it ain't got nothing to do with hating their black mothers. I promise you that. These brothers just date outside their race because they either stationed in Korea, Japan, Germany, wherever they're, Spain, whatever they would. And you really think that this black man is going to be like, you know what? I can't date none of these beautiful Spanish women, these beautiful German women. I need to wait until I get back to the States so I can find me an American black woman. Yeah. No, no, not at all. Go to Africa and you just got to, be like, oh, man, I can't talk to you because you're not an American black woman. No, man. If black women going to Gambia, and I've seen all that stuff going on, man, my goodness. Black women, y'all need to be careful out there because the reports that I'm seeing in regards to Gambia, there's been a lot of African-American women deleted by some of the men out there. And also it's a bunch of black women coming back with STIs, STDs from Jamaica. So y'all need to be mindful. Like, yeah, you talking about the passport bros, y'all celebrated when supposed passport bros were getting deleted and none of those men claimed to be passport bros, mind you, right? Y'all need to be careful as well going over there to Gambia and Jamaica. Because I think Jamaica, last time I checked, was on like the travel notice or travel warning list. So y'all better, smarten up. So trying to help. Let's see. Oh, man, we got the good Dr. Tiasan Johnson in the building with the 999 super chat. Thank you, brother. He said, good work on identifying the historical use of social media to transmit misandry against black men. Yeah. And by far, Doctor, you definitely do an amazing job on your platform, brother. So anything that I do pales in comparison to what you're doing on your platform, brother. Much respect over here. Blessings to you. And I try and check in as much as possible when I can. So thank you, Dr. Tiasan Johnson. Make sure y'all subscribe to that good brother right there, man. He's doing the Lord's work as well. Thank you. Appreciate the support, brother. Let's see here. And we got, look, here we got a heavy hitter. Prince Paxton comes in the building. Now we got to go back to the banner and change it with the $49.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. As always, man. So, I had to stop by and support the most influential person in this space. Thank you, brother. Blessings to you. As always, much love, brother, and keep level setting the conversation. Thank you, man. And like I said, that you and Dante Bryant, y'all boys, man, your contributions to the platform are crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words as well. Prince Paxton, let me go and update you, brother. And thank you for stopping by, man. I know y'all boys be busy at work at 3 p.m., but I try and sneak this live stream in here. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can have something to listen to while you're either at work or going to work. So thank you, man. Again, appreciate it. And again, Dante Bryant, there you go. $5 super chat said, man, I hate when they say that I don't crack my mom. Yeah, I never understood that. It's the funniest thing. Well, it's a what is it? Your mama black? What does that mean? So if my mom is black, that mean that I can't date outside my race? Put in the chat. What does that actually mean? And that was something that I heard when I first got into these spaces. I was like, what? I really thought about that. I'm like, man, so if my mom black, then that mean I can't find other women attractive? Is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. I'm trying to understand it. What would Emmanuel Dark say? Your mama black shows their own self-hate for being black women. I don't know, man. RPM said, I have no idea. I've never understood that narrative. I mean, you could use it as a shaming tactic. Okay, cool. I'll accept that. But damn, but it's no meaning. I don't understand. So No Limits said, Emmanuel Dark, no limits. But they swear all these other men outside, black American men, love them and adore them, blah, blah, blah. The usual delusion. Yeah, like I said, it goes in one ear and out the other because, like I said, I think white men, they love that. They love the admiration that black women give them on social media. Why wouldn't they? If you have a race of women who aren't your own saying that, hey, everything is better when we're with these types of men, Why would you stop them? And that's why you see an influx of white men doing, videos somewhat pandering to black women and skewing the statistics, because that feels good. If you can open up your social media page and you can see all these black women saying, hey, are you single? Or thank you for saying what black men don't say. That feels good. That will feel good to anybody, right? So in a sense, I can't blame them because they didn't ask for black women to give them all the compliments and saying that they're better partners. But at the end of the day, those men aren't marrying black women at a significant rate. So, I mean, okay, out of the, 18 million black women, 18 million plus black women out there, 3% are only married to white men, or 1.9% or 0.9%, something like that. Like, that's not enough. But I mean, if y'all gonna keep supporting those white guys, they're not gonna stop. So they probably get in the bag over there. So I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, I can sit here and tell black men to be mad at white men, but what good would that do? It's not their fault. They didn't ask for black women to do that because they know that they're not marrying black women at a higher rate. But they're like, well, shit, if you're gonna tell me that I'm a better catch, then yeah, I'll take the compliment, sister. Like old boy said, sister. Oh man. But before we get into this next video, it's gonna shock y'all. And man, we got 221 people in the building. Make sure y'all stay here. 219 now, right? But before I get to this next video, I had to address this, man. And shout out to everybody on Instagram who DM me all these videos of black women complaining that dating is hard. And I've seen multiple videos. There's been an influx of black women going on social media, single mothers, women who are single, saying that, man, it's so tough to date in this particular state or that particular state. But like I told one of my friends, is that the reason why a lot of black women are going out there saying that dating is hard is because they weren't serious when they were younger. Dating is easy when you don't have any expectations other than what? Free food, fun, sex with men that you're most attracted to without him having nothing else to offer. I get it. Hell yeah, if you was young, that sounds like a good time. But and also women need to understand that men, we actually thrive when women are in the fun phase because the expectations that you have for sex is low. And this is when this is one of the reasons why you never hear men who have their shit together making videos complaining, because we're better at dating than women, minus the free food, of course. But dating in today's modern market, it equals sex. And if men could continue that hot streak of sneaking in with women, and if the relationship fails, oh well, he still hit it though. I mean, that's a plus. Men see a great dating experience as, I went on a couple dates, I got to have sex with her a couple times, but then I found out that we're not compatible. Up on to the next one, because he still invested a couple dates and money, but he still got the hit. We can do that for years, right? And women don't understand that. But it's funny that now that a lot of our women are older, and I don't think most of them are equipped to handle that type of lifestyle that black men thrive in, because black men are sought after in regards to sex by all races of women. So if you want to compete with us by playing this game, you're going to lose every time, right? Because every failed relationship for a woman who's in her 30s, in her 40s, is considered time wasted. And time is literally running out. Most men, they can waste time for decades as long as they're able to get sex. So if you ladies want to play that game with men, I swear that you will lose every time. Don't listen to that damn sexual liberation shit. Y'all not going to win. Men are prepared to stick this out for the long run and not even worried about getting married. Dating isn't hard for women. It's just that women now have tougher expectations because they're older. They have more requirements. What is it? Hypergamy. They may have gained some weight. They may have some kids. So now you need a man to make a significant amount of money in order to, suit your lifestyle or fund your lifestyle. There's literally a woman on Kendra G's show recently, had 7 kids. And there also was another woman with 7 kids who stood up on a clip from tonight's conversation. And people were like, yeah, you can find a man with 7 kids. You know how much that man has to make to take care of you and all them buckaroos? So I never listened. I mean, it's funny to see women on social media complaining about dating, but if they were honest, they would say to themselves like, yeah, I wasn't serious when I was young, so I really didn't expect much out of the dating market. But now that I'm older, it's starting to get tougher because now you require commitment from the guys that you probably pushed away when you were younger. So now, yes, dating is tougher because you have tougher expectations. Because it's a different situation, as opposed to, finding a man to sleep with you. Now you have to find a man to marry you. That's tough. So yes, I get it. It's tough, but it's not hard. Y'all did this to yourselves. And I would advise women to stop going on social media and sharing everything because it makes you look crazy. Whereas it's P in the dating market. Where are all the good men? It's like running away from your dumb ass. Like, I never understood how women can get on social media and list all their requirements for what they want a man to do. I'm not going to settle. Who are you talking to? Who are you telling this? I don't know if women assume that they're going to say all this stuff on social media and there's going to be an influx of good men watching like, oh, okay, now I got to do this to get this woman. Okay, sister, I'm about to slide in your DMs right now because you said that you're not going to settle. So I'm that type of guy. So now I'm going to go in and reach out to you. No, they look at you as foolish. Like, man, who the hell are you talking to? I require this. Okay, go out there on the dating market and see if you can get it. And that's one of the main things that I tell guys, stop arguing with these women about the things that they say that they want or their preferences. They have to go out there on the dating market and prove that they can get it. So whoever they're talking to on social media, it doesn't matter, as if they don't get the outcomes that they think they deserve, right? So at that point, it has nothing to do with men. It's her just sitting there. What is it? Dog yelling at the moon or something like that. What's that phrase? Yeah, I don't know who you talking to. Because I promise you this, ladies, good men, if they come across your platform and they see you talk about all that you think you require, yeah, they just go ahead and block you or they leave your ass alone. The only people that's listening is dudes that's going to try and finesse you because you're sitting there telling them all that you require, basically giving them the key to the treasure. So now they can just play like the guy that you just described. And they can do that for as long as it takes to get the booty. And now you ass out complaining. Oh, man, all these dudes F-boys. But you just told him exactly what you need. And he just chameleoned his way into turning himself into that guy for a short period of time. So he can sneak and freak. And it works. Because women's intuition don't kick in until after sex. If you don't know that, that's a little game for y'all. Women's intuition don't work until you done already bust that thing wide open. Now she attached. So that's why I always laugh when women say, oh, man, my intuition kicked in. So now, I know that he a dude that's trash. Like, oh, okay. But I already beat, though. So now your intuition kicked in. Okay, what happened? Where's your chakras? Where's your crystals? Where's your horoscope that was supposed to tell you about Gemini men? Why that shit didn't kick in until after sex? Ain't that what y'all do the signs and horoscopes for? Because you say that you a Capricorn. I can't mess with you. Oh, okay. Yeah. None of that shit seems to work when it's, when it's time before sex. It only works after sex. And most men who are good with women know that. We don't care about your little crystals. Go ahead. Burn some sage too while you at it. That shit. Let me stop. For somebody conjure up a spell on my ass. They go conjure up something. Yeah, nam your hope. Let me stop. God, where my body wet. But for all this, and this is for all the women that be complaining about not finding a good relationship, and they swear that black love don't exist. I want to play y'all a quick compilation from one of my favorite Facebook pages. If you guys don't know, black love is thriving and it is alive and well. So this is going to piss a lot of women off who swear that black men and women aren't getting married. Let's cook. I'm a petty ass dude, man. I don't care. Here we go.
Don't mess around because he loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does he really wanna? I can't stand to see me going out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how. All you gotta do is say, all you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel, let me undress you, baby. Open up your mind and rest. I'm about to let you know you made me so. All you gotta do is.
All right. I wanted to play that compilation real quick. So if you have any doubts, are you complaining about the stuff that you see on social media? I need you guys to follow the Black Couples Revolution on Facebook. They have over 1.8 million followers. And all they do is showcase black men and black women getting married. So if you have a problem with your algorithm and all you see is foolery, then you actively searching for that, because I've shared multiple black pages for you guys. The Black Man Can, and now this one. So if you want to change your algorithm and you want to see more positive examples of black folks, getting married, follow these pages, right? So every woman that's complaining that they can't find a good man, well, it's other black women that's finding them. What does that say about you? Right? So shout out to those married couples out there, and shout out to the Black Couples Revolution on Facebook. They are doing amazing work, and go see for yourself, guys. Black love exists. So all this complaining, that's your fault. Goes in one ear and out the other, ladies. Talking to you. So let me get to some of these super chats. I got one Supreme Clientele with the $20 super chat. Say your mama black, and context is cold for if you still love your mother in spite of how dirty she may have done you, i.e. Tupac, Kirk Franklin, Kerry Washington, paternity fraud. You should continue to accept such from a mate. Oh, man. You might have just summed it up, brother. Jesus. Let's see here. Harlem River 145. That's a cold name. We love black women, just not the women who are just black without blackness. Yeah, man, it's definitely a difference. And I think the black women on my page, they're smart enough to understand when I say black women, not talking about all. I got tired of using that not all foolery. Sometimes I may say it, but if I don't feel like it, I'm not. Because if you're not intelligent enough to understand that I'm not talking about all black women, then you need to get up off my page. So I'm not doing that. Not all, no. And I don't do that with black men as well. When I talk about that, you need to be smart enough to understand that I'm not talking about all. You don't need me to say not all. That's stupid. That's just a way to deflect from the conversation. I hate when I see people do that on platforms. This is the dumbest shit ever. No Limits said Emmanuel Dark, No Limits cards tell hers he ain't coming back and you're going to need medication soon. Yep. It's funny. So, man, let's get into the finance situation. Now, we got 206 people in the chat right now. When I tell you guys, get ready to listen to what this brother has to say, it will shock you. I was actually amazed. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, let me give you a quick rundown on who we're about to see in this video. Let me show y'all real quick. So this brother right here, this is Ian Dunlap. This is the master investor. He has a large following on social media platforms. He is a Houston-based investor with one of the highest win percentages and success ratios in the country. Ian is also the founder of Red Panda Academy, an online investing academy providing market research and insights. So let me be clear. This has nothing to do about him being a businessman, because from what I've seen on social media, the brother is doing very well. I think his estimated net worth is about $40 million. So he's obviously doing something right for himself. But what he's about to say during this interview is absolutely absurd. Listen to this, guys. This is crazy. Here we go. Fair use.
Why is it, or I see, or I believe, where when there's the first group of like customers or focused students are females?
Women are better at most things. I'm gonna be real. Oh my God. And y'all gonna say I'm caping. Clip this part in. Man, I'm not caping.
Right.
But most men are lazy.
Did you hear him? He said, I'm not caping, but most men are lazy. Very key point. That's not the worst. Most men are lazy. Let's continue.
Most men do enough just to finesse sex out of women. I got somebody, I'm cool. I was popular before Instagram and the internet. I don't need, but most women, when they actually get into a business, they're looking to do better for the community or their family. Most men are looking to buy Balenciaga and give 3 minutes a dick.
Jesus Christ. Did you hear what he said? Most black women are trying to build the community. Most black men are looking to buy Balenciaga and give 3 minutes of dick. What y'all think happened in the comment section? Do you think it was any black women that gave him pushback? Absolutely not. Oh, they ate it up. They call this man a king. Yeah, you telling the truth. Hey, he not done. Let's let him cook.
You gotta call a spade a spade, man. Like that's why, like, even in the venture capital space, there's a reason why black women are getting more capital and Latin women are getting more capital than men.
All right. There's the key point, and you know why I'm here. He said, and that's why black women are getting more capital, and also Latin women are getting more capital as well in regards to their businesses. Remember what he just said. This is supposedly an educated brother in regards to investing. So I'm pretty sure he knows the statistics, but this is what these types of black men do. They lie to black women for a particular reason, and I'm going to show you why. Let's cook.
It's too much talk, too much finesse. Where's the actual product? Where's the MVP? Where's the improvements on the UI? Where's the improvement on the UX? What are you building that's actually going to build the GDP, that's going to close the wealth gap? We don't need another t-shirt line. Truth is harsh, but it's needed. I can either tell you the truth now or be fake and just go poly with other people who don't look like us and go get a bag. And some days I want to go do that. Tomorrow I may.
All right. So his overarching point was basically to say that black women are doing so much better in business that they gain more capital in regards to investing than black men, right? And he also said that men were lazy. So we can all assume that in order for him to say a statement like that, that most men are lazy, then we can assume that his primary audience is women, in particular, black women. He's a black man, so his primary audience is black women. Is that fair to say? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all agree with me or not. For him to say most men are lazy, if your audience, your primary audience was all men, then that would offend the men that you are providing services for. Am I correct on that? On my observation? So in order for you to say that, you're not worried about offending men. You're okay with saying that. So your primary audience has to be women, black women in particular. Okay, I just see a lot of 1s in the chat. I just wanted to make sure that I'm clear before I go along with what I'm thinking here. So he just basically said all of this stuff in regards to men being lazy, black women earning more, more capital in regards to their businesses. And before I even get into these stats, let me just say this to black women. I'm going to apologize in advance because y'all didn't ask for this statistical dump. This is not on you. I'm not doing this to try and shame you guys for no particular reason. It's just for the simple fact that we cannot have black men going on panels lying to y'all. So again, let me apologize to black women for putting this information out here before, let me apologize beforehand because you guys didn't ask for this. The only reason why I'm doing is because I've seen too many black women in the comment section that failed to do their research to see what the truth is. So his primary point was that black women earn more capital than black men, right? Y'all heard that. And this is an investor. But before we get into the stats, I had to think, what would make a guy pander so hard to his female audience, to his black female audience? And I started to do a little research, and I actually found out why. Let me show you. This is why he's talking directly to women. The Red Panda Stock Club, $499 every month, right? So if you have an audience full of black women who are looking for ways to get rich quick, this is how you lock them in. This brother is charging $499 a month to get into his stock club, right? Do you think black women are in a position to afford this based off of them being the most impoverished and also only making $44,000 on average a year? Can black women afford this while leading in student loan debt and doing the worst as single mothers? No, I would say no, they can't. But the funny thing is, this is actually the lowest plan that you can buy from his stock club. Let me show you something. This one is for $5,000, and this is a 2-year unlimited access to his Red Panda Stock Club. Can black women afford this for 2 years? That's $2,500 a year. Can our women afford this? No. Let's keep going. This is his stock market club. $10,000 for 1 year, right? And he just gives, stock information from the reviews that I saw on YouTube. There were a lot of people saying it's just basic knowledge, right? But I'm not here to talk about his, business ventures. It's just to level set the conversation. Can black women afford this? No. And y'all gonna flip out when you see this one. The Alpha Blueprint, valid for 2 years, $40,000 to be a part of his quote unquote dream team. $40,000. So, me being an avid investor, if I have $40,000 just to throw around, right? Wouldn't it be best if I just put this money into an EFT or something like that instead of giving it to some random man on social media? The only people that can afford prices like this are people who are rich and wealthy. And if your primary audience is black women because you're pandering to them, do you think that black women can afford this? No. And that's why you have men like him can go on platforms and say stuff like this, because black women eat it up. And since black women are some of the main people that will buy certain courses and go to those women's empowerment meetings and pay top dollar for them because they're looking for get rich quick schemes because they believe in ladies like Coach Stormy or Ian Dunlap. Y'all remember the fallout that the Coach Stormy girl just had recently, right? We just saw a whole TikTok thread of black women complaining about the women's empowerment videos. And the reason why they were complaining is because they paid all this money to sit in and all they heard was, just be yourself. Just strive to be better. You doing great, girl. Yeah. And it didn't give them anything that was tangible to get them at a position that they're in because they couldn't afford it for one. And they thought that they was going to get on this panel, or listen to this conference and this woman was going to give them the game, become millionaires. No. Ian, I'm pretty sure he understands this. So he's just pandering to his primary audience. So that's why he did this. So now I get it, right? But the funny thing is, this was crazy. Listen to the refund policy. No refunds. All sales are final. No refunds under any exceptions. If you pay for this service, you agree to these terms. Love you. With a smiley face for your ass. And this is not a course. We are here to invest in the best companies on the planet to become wealth and find other opportunities to become wealthy together. Love you. Hey, you ain't getting none of that money back. So if things go bad, it's cursed for you. Yo, so shout out to him. So yeah, I had to understand what the hell was going on. But it's funny that there are some young ladies that are hip to what the hell is going on. And I know they've said some reckless stuff, but I've watched their podcast a couple times. Y'all ever heard of a podcast called Poor Minds? 2 black women on there. They had an episode about, is women's empowerment a scam? Listen to what they had to say about their fellow sisters. And this is what, guys, pay attention. This is why it's important to kind of listen in on what black women are saying on their own platforms. Because when they get on those panels with you all, they're not going to tell y'all the truth. So that's why you got to kind of sneak in, and listen to what they're saying about each other. Because I promise you this, every problem that black women say that they have with black men, they have the same problems with other black women. Yeah, I've learned this. Listen to what they have to say about women's empowerment meetings.
Women are not, a lot of times, let me not speak for all women. A lot of times it made me sad because it made me realize how much we take advantage of each other. Because I feel like women are very hungry. Like, we want to get it. We gonna go out there and do it. Like, remember the statistic we talked about a long time ago? And it was like the most educated demographic in America was black women.
See, and that's one of those lies that continuously spread because they're not doing the research. They just heard somebody said it. You heard somebody say it, so they run with it. I swear to you, that train is never late. Every black female-led podcast has quoted, every black female podcast that is with the sisterhood, they have quoted that statistic. Black women are the most educated. It's not true, but they don't do their own research. All it took was some white man to say that single mothers aren't responsible for the majority of men in prison when that was false for him to say that. And all it took was some white woman to go on social media, do no research, and look at where she pulled those stats from to have black women believe that black men are the most divorced when they marry white women. And they ran with it with stats from like 1968 and 73. Yeah, that's all it took. But yeah, so let's listen to what they have to say. Let's finish up. Here we go.
Trying to go out there and get it. So for me to take advantage of that and be like, selling a book that was like telling you, oh, you have to get a good camera. Oh, you have to interact with the people in your comments. Basic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the super basic stuff that everybody like, yeah, if I want my content to get up, I know I have to post more. I know I have to have clear pictures. I know I have to interact, but like, tell me, like, is there like something with the algorithm? Like, break the shit fucking down and tell me, like, whenever we first started podcasting, like, people ask me all the time, oh, how do you get ads? And I tell people all the companies that we use when we first started. I'm like, hey, they may not pay you that much, but guess what? It's going to be something to put in your pocket.
Right.
I'll be telling people how to directly go to the money. Like, if you have a question, I'm telling you how to directly go. So I'm thinking she going to, like, be putting, every time I bought, like, a book, went to a brunch, it's never like literally showing you directly how to get to the money. It's just like, oh, stay confident, be consistent, stay strong. It's like, y'all are phonies. That's some hoe ass shit. That's really some hoe ass shit. If you really think about it, bro. It's like, yeah, it's like a hustle, but at the same time, you know that people are desperate to make money and be rich. So it's like, as a black woman, how can you do that to other black women that are trying to get to where you are?
What did I tell y'all? And like I said, even black women know this, but they have a hard time admitting this when there's black men around. So that's why it's important to listen to them on their own platforms. So everything that I just said in regards to women trying to find ways to get rich quick, and they'll be able to they'll pay money to go to these empowerment meetings or get into like an Ian Dunlap's investment group when they know they don't have the money. And then when things go bad, now it's a problem. And they'll only speak about it when they're on their own platforms. Because I promise you this, if anybody runs a page, a panel show, and you get black women to acknowledge this, they won't. So that's why I encourage you guys, you don't have to go on there and be fighting with these women in the comment section on their platform, because you're going to lose every time. Just listen. That's all you need to do, right? So yeah, so even these women know that black women are very vulnerable. And I think guys like Ian Dunlap, he understands this. He understands that a lot of our women are in dire straits. They need help. And that's why we need to have these conversations in good faith to alert black women, hey man, this is where you guys stand in regards to finances. Because if you keep telling them that they're doing so much better than black men, then they have no reason to improve. Why would they? If everybody is around you is telling you that you're fine, you're perfect, you're doing better than your male counterparts, why would you go out there and look for the statistics that tell you otherwise? They don't have a reason to. And while they're not looking at the statistics, they're going to continuously fall in regards to the economy and finances. And we've seen this gradually. That 2030 McKinsey report, and I've been doing multiple live streams trying to explain to black women, they highlighted you all in that report for a reason, because y'all need the most help. And I've been trying to help put out the statistics, give you the facts and the solutions, but it seems like it goes in one ear and out the other. So we're trying to help. And also, I'm not done with Ian, because he said that black women garnered the most capital in regards to businesses and black businesses in general. Let's see if that's true or not. I'm here for a reason. You know why I'm here. So let's start with the basics that you guys are I'm pretty sure you're already familiar with, because I've shared this multiple times on my platform. 2024 just came out. Who are black business owners? They're more likely to be men than women. Some 53% of black-owned firms in 2021 had men as the majority owners, while 39% had women as the majority owners. Another 8% had equal male-female ownership. So that right there clears up any misconceptions that black women own more businesses than black men. It's not true, right? By a long shot. Let's continue. He's talking about capital, right? What percentage of venture capital goes to women of color? According to PitchBook, you guys can look this up. This is a reputable source. In 2022, only 2.1% of the total capital invested in the venture-backed startups went to women. That's not black women. That's just women. 2.1%. The statistics become even more dismal for women founders of color. Crunchbase states that companies led by black women typically receive less than 1% of all venture capital investment. So if you have 100% and your group is only receiving 1% of that capital, how does that make black women? Ian, why would you say that? I had to stop. Why would you tell black women that? Why would you do that? Yeah, because you got to get that money. Get those subscriptions up. These types of dudes are the worst type of black men, bro. Because y'all have no problem with lying to black women in order to get ahead financially. That's a damn shame. Let's continue. We're not done. Now, you'll see that top right there, 0.34%. This decline is particularly concerning for black women entrepreneurs who often receive a disproportionately small share of venture capital funding. In 2021, black women startup founders received just 0.34% of the total venture capital spent in the U.S. 0.34%. And Ian, you're an investor, and you will sit there and lie to black women like this? The nerve of you, brother. Yo, dumb ass. Shit's crazy, man, how dudes could just say stuff like this. Let's look at the numbers. So this is actually how much money was allotted to the black community in regards to funding in 2021. All the years add up. In 2021, we were given $1.8 billion. Now, we're going to do some quick math here in a second. Y'all hear that number? $1.8 billion was allotted to the black community in regards to their companies, our U.S. companies. $1.8 billion. Saying that for a reason. You know what the next slide is going to be? Let me show y'all something real quick. Black women still receive tiny fraction of venture capital dollars despite 5-year high. I'm going to make this a little bit wider so you guys can see it, so you won't think I'm making this up. What does that say? With nearly $500 million invested so far in 2021, venture funding to U.S. startups led by black women is on track to outpace the 5 years. So, like I said, let's do some quick math here. If I just told you that in 2021, the black community was allotted $1.8 billion for their businesses, but black women only received about $500 million, who the hell do y'all think the rest of the money went to? Let me explain something. Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. So, if we got $1.8 billion in 2021, $500 million went to black women. Black men, you could approximately say that $1.3 billion went to black male-led businesses. However, I don't want to factor out the businesses that are co-owned by black men and black women. So since there's 8% of those businesses owned by black men and black women, I'll go ahead and remove that percentage to account for that. So that's 8% of black businesses that had joint ownership. So let's say that the same percentage was removed from the remaining 1.3 billion. So that would be $104 million. That would leave black men-owned businesses at, and I'm going to try and say this, $1,196 million allotted to black male-owned businesses. So the reason why Ian said that is because black women are the only ones that'll pay for courses, on how to get rich quick and, those empowerment, conferences and things of that nature. So yeah, so there you have it, guys. He was lying, and he did it straight to black women's face with no remorse, no regard for their financial safety, because if you say that, then they're not going to change. And I'm not done with the statistics. This is crazy. Every time. Let me give you the actual number for funding to companies led by black women in the U.S. through 2021. It's actually 494 million. So they just rounded up with the 500 million, and that's perfectly fine. That's cool. But it's 494 million. And then you also have the World, the World Economic Forum, who tracks all this stuff. In the same year, 2021, black women still receive just a tiny fraction of VC funding despite 5-year high, which I just talked about. But let's go through it. Drop in venture capital funding for black founded firms. Unfortunately, as the headlines faded and the nation's attention shifted, this surge in support appears to have waned. Venture capital investments in black founded startups plummeted by 45% in 2021, which is insane. The decline is particularly concerning for black women entrepreneurs, who often receive a disproportionately small share of VC funding. In 2021, black women startup founders received just 0.34% of total venture capital spent in the U.S. Funding to companies led by black founders reached 1.8 billion, just stated that. That half-year total already eclipses the total funding black founders for all of 2018, which was previously the highest year. But it should be noted that an increase in funding to black entrepreneurs coincides with an increase in venture funding in general. The dollar amount of funding to black founders is up, but still only represents just 1.2% of the record 147 billion in venture capital invested in U.S. startups through the first half of this year. So again, the black community still comes in last. So that's why I don't understand why men like Ian and black women like to compete, because we're still at the bottom. If we're only still receiving 1.8 billion at the half year mark, and it was 147 billion allotted, where the hell you think all that extra money went to? White folks, because they own the most businesses. White folks, Hispanics, and Asians. So yes, we're still at the bottom, outside of Asians and Pacific Islanders combined. We don't have room to be sitting there telling these lies to each other, man. And I don't know why these dudes don't understand that. Money hungry. You sitting there siphoning money from black women when you know they can't afford it. And they don't care because it makes them feel good. I'm doing better than black men, and that's all that matters. So now let me struggle to pay my light bill. That's what's happening. These motherfuckers, boy. And we're not done. This is also from the same report. It said we talked to entrepreneurs and investors about the efforts that have been most successful at giving black women access to capital and what else the industry needs to do to achieve the greater parity. So they're trying their best to get black women on par with everyone else. But still, that number remains astonishingly small. Black female startup founders, the 0.34%, and that's out of the $147 billion that was actually allotted. And like I said, man, it's not just, I didn't put this information out there. And again, let me apologize to the Black women who had no parts in trying to champion this false information by Ian. But I have to do this to level set the conversation, because I can't have Black women going out there thinking that they're doing so much better, and that makes you stay stagnant because you don't think that you need to change. You do when it comes to finances. And let me show you guys something. There are so many initiatives that are trying to help Black women progress in today's financial climate, in today's economy. One in particular that you guys are all familiar with, I'm pretty sure people talked about this. Black women cheered when they heard about this. The JP Morgan Chase, which committed $350 million to grow Black, Latinx, and women-owned small businesses. So they're doing their level best to try and get Black women on par with everyone else, right? So in the way that they're doing this, or trying to do this, let me make this wider for you guys. And this is where the solution portion comes in. So that $350 million is that global commitment to reduce the barriers to capital access and grow thousands of additional underserved businesses. And they're doing that by trying to provide low-cost loans and equity investments. And they're also trying to implement policy solutions in their philanthropy work, making philanthropic investments to build the capacity of diverse-led nonprofits across the globe to more effectively support entrepreneurs and support the Signature Ascend program, currently active in 13 cities. So they're trying their best, and it says together, these initiatives will help improve access to capital for Black/Latinx women and other underserved entrepreneurs and address the racial wealth divide. Like I said, they're trying to help. So I don't want Black women to leave this live stream and assume that I'm just trying to put this information out there to be negative. No, it's always solutions involved. So if I'm going to present something that level sets the conversations, just know that there are people and businesses out there that are trying to help you guys moving forward. That's all I'm trying to say. So and this is a message to Black women. And let me just say this, man, before we get off this topic. Y'all got to use a little bit more discernment about who you give your money to when it comes to these investment companies or investment groups, and also these women's empowerment meetings, because they're trying to bleed y'all out of money that you cannot afford to spend. And I say that in good faith, because I look at the statistics all the time. And I know it feels good to sit there and listen to both men and women say that you guys are doing, the best, you're the most educated, you make more money than Black men, so on and so forth. I know. But at some point, you have to look at your own situation and be like, damn, I know they're saying this, but why I don't see results? Why I don't see, the Black women that I know improving? And I'm not talking about the Black women you view on social media, the ones that are that have babies by rappers, and they can buy out the mall and shop and do all this foolery and have all these shoes, custom made closets. That's not the Black women I'm referring to. I'm talking about the Black women you work with. Those are the women that need help, just like you. And this is not a dig, because Black men need help as well. But it just so happens that Black men out-earn Black women $50,000 to $44,000. You guys can see this information on blackdemographics.com as reported by the Census Bureau, as reported by the BLS.gov website. So yeah, it's not. Don't listen to these guys that are just trying to get you to buy a course. And also do your research first. And once you start looking up all these YouTube videos and these reviews online, make an educated decision before you just divvy out some money, $499 a month. And again, there's no shot to him. He's just doing what he got to do to become the millionaire that he is. But It's no honor in what he's doing to black women to say something like that. And I wouldn't advise any black men to rock with a black man that would do that to black women on a platform. It's sad. It's uncalled for. And how dare you, black man? Crazy asses. Can't believe it, brother. Damn. Supreme Clientele with the $2 super chat. He said he lives up to the name of his company, Red Panda. Yeah, man, that's crazy. As a finance guy, and you say something like that, damn. Terrell Evans with the $30 super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Big money. Thank you, Media Man, for your time, service, and commitment. You always keep that light bulb above my head and others. I'm sending my contribution for your hard work. You are appreciated out here 100%. Thank you, brother. And I appreciate the kind words. God bless you, man. And we're not done. I want to drop a whole lot of knowledge on you guys. And some of this stuff going to have y'all laughing. But and thank you, Mona, for acknowledging Terrell. Appreciate that. No limits. He says, so they are supposed to believe facts and stats and not the scammer who makes them feel good. That's tough. I know. It's tough. But at some point, you know, especially for the black women who are watching, y'all got to start looking this stuff up, man, because they see y'all as marks. Everybody know the scam. Just lie to black women. And it's funny. You don't know how many times people tell me, man, you could probably have 100,000, 200,000 subscribers if you just sat there and lied to black women, because they tell me that I know women and I can sit there and just tell them what they want to hear. And there's a lot of men that can do that. It's probably a bunch of men in the chat that can make a platform by telling black women what they want to hear. And I'm pretty sure in a couple of months, you would have to think about quitting your job because you're probably making that much money on YouTube from black women. And it's funny, gay black men have found the grift. There's multiple gay black men that give black women advice on heterosexual black men. I'm not lying. Go on TikTok. You'll see them littered all across there. So it's wild. Mona says it's exploitation of women who are uncovered and taken advantage. However, they have it all figured out, right? Shaking my head. Yeah, it's crazy. You try and get through, but it's tough. Hey, what's going on, IQS with the $5 super chat? Thank you, bro. Say good morning, Media Man. I'm sending best wishes from Tokyo, Japan. I've been there. I loved it. Man, keep up the great work. I talked about Tokyo before. You was probably on that live stream, Quiet Storm, where I was telling people, there's a lot of people that didn't believe me that you can get like a full meal from a vending machine. And this is literally on the street. Some of the best food that you will ever have. It's very clean, very tech forward country. I was going to say clean again. That's, I remember, very clean and very nice. And they love black men out there. Just FYI. Yeah, just a little nugget for any black men that didn't ask for that information. But I'm going to give it to you. Pause. Oops. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Let me pull this up. We got some more information for y'all. Let's go to the Forbes list. Have you ever wondered how many billionaires we have in the world? I want to put some things into perspective, and it's a reason why I'm starting at the tippity top, right? So yeah, so wait, what Mona said? Mona said, yes, Media Man, there are those gay male grifters online. Yeah, one went viral a couple months ago for siding with black women who are single mothers, shaking my head. Yeah, they found it. They did. They definitely did. So that's crazy. So let's get to the billionaire. It was who said, look at this. I like this. I'm glad y'all. Matter of fact, the one Mr. Ham, he guessed. He said about 1,000 billionaires across the world globally. How many billionaires y'all think are in the world? I'll let you go ahead and put your answers in the chat. But it's pretty easy information. The list just came out. Let me show you guys. So this is Forbes World's Billionaires list. Since we're on the finance live stream. So, according to Forbes magazine, globally, there are 2,640 billionaires in 2023, which is down from 2,668 last year. So we had a decrease of, what is that, 28 billionaires? So even billionaires doing bad out here. They went from billionaires to millionaires. If you can say doing bad. Now, billionaires are now worth $12.2 trillion, which is a drop of 500 billion from 12.7 trillion in March 2022. That's crazy, right? So those 2,640 people are actually worth $12.2 trillion. That is crazy. And that's how many people are in the world? Y'all, what is it? How many is it's over the billion mark, right? Damn, that's a small percentage of people. Now, nearly half the list is poorer than a year ago, including Elon Musk, who falls from number 1 to number 2 after his pricey acquisition of Twitter helped sink Tesla shares. Who said, I'm glad y'all giving me this information. Somebody said, Inside Looking Out said it's 8 billion people across the world now. Terrell Evans said 4 billion, I believe. Man, West Side Ninja said one of those ex-billionaires is a female CEO of Bumble. Her stock is tanking hard. Yeah, I just seen Melanie King's video. Yeah, she wasn't on the list. I'm going to actually give the women some good information as well, too. Somebody said 8 billion. Everybody said 8 billion. Okay, cool. Thank y'all. 8 billion. So those 2,640 people are worth $12.2 trillion. That's crazy. Now, Bernard Arnault, the head of the luxury goods giant LVMH, that's Louis Vuitton, y'all know, he took Elon Musk's place as the world's richest person, marking the first time a citizen of France actually leads in the rankings. That's crazy, right? First time. But the United States still boasts the most billionaires, with 735 list members worth a collective $4.5 trillion. Because, it's a lot of people out there talk shit about the United States. But I just told you guys that all of those billionaires were worth 12.2 trillion. The United States, our billionaires are worth 4.5 trillion of that money. Jesus. My goodness. China, including Hong Kong and Macau, remains second with 562 billionaires worth 2 trillion. Man, that's 3 different places. Shit. Followed by India with 169 billionaires worth 675 billion. Jesus. Is this new information to you guys? My goodness. So the United States is pretty much kicking ass in regards to billionaires. So before we get into some information for the ladies, let me go ahead and take a quick break real quick. Shout out to Bill Burr. If y'all watch Bill Burr's podcast, he always say, "We got another lady." It's one of my favorite comedians. Let me take a quick break so I can use the restroom, and then we're going to get into the women's Forbes list. And ladies, you might want to pay attention to this. And gentlemen, you as well. You're going to be shocked at a couple things. I'm going to tell you that much. I'll give me 1 second. Oh, man. All right, let's get back to the show, ladies. Hopefully y'all still here. We got 199 folks in here. And also, who's going to break that drought? No, matter of fact, let me check the Cash App. I'm tripping. Hold on 1 second. My man, Sir Anthony, with the $5 Cash App. Thank you, good brother. I appreciate the support. As always, man, you always support your boy. So let's get to the ladies. So, where do I want to start? Any information that I want to give to the ladies? Here we go. Got that up. So, do you guys know how many female billionaires there are globally? If you had to guess, I'll give you guys a couple of seconds. So, if you have any guesses, out of I told you guys there's 2,640 billionaires in the world, right? How many of those billionaires do you think are women? Somebody says 6. Jesus. the one, Mr. Ham, he says 6. Oh, man. Let me pour some water. Who else got a guess? Somebody said 25. I see 50. So looking out. Okay, cool. Who else we got? 2%. Okay, you going percentages. Let me show y'all real quick. Well, I'll just tell you since I'm here. It's actually, there are 337 women billionaires around the globe, according to Forbes' latest ranking of the planet's richest people, which is up from 327 in 2022. And they now command a slightly larger sliver of the billionaire population than a year ago, 13% compared to 12% in 2022. So, what is that? I'm not laughing because of women, but I know, just bear with me. So what is that? 87% of billionaires are men, 13% of billionaires are women, right? So let's look at the top 10 female billionaires in the world. This is going to be fun. Ladies, pay attention. Gentlemen, you pay attention too. You may want to be aware of this as well. So the world's richest billionaires 2023. Here's who's at the top of the list. This is how you say her name, Francois Bettencourt Myers, and she is she earns or has $80.5 billion, and she is literally the head of the L'Oreal makeup company. Frances Bettencourt Myers, the granddaughter of the founder of L'Oreal, is the richest woman in the world. So who do y'all think her grandfather is? She's a granddaughter. Who made the? I gotta share with this because I know this could get people like. I want to see the trend on how they became billionaires. Forbes billionaire. I gotta share this. Women. Here we go. No, that's the old one. And they also have a self-made list as well, but we're going to start here. Where's my... One second. I don't know what happened to my link. God dang it. All right, here we go. Okay, so where'd it go? So the L'Oreal hair keeps the title of the world's richest woman for the third year in a row, thanks to a 12% rise in the cosmetics giant's stock last year. Hold on. I want to get this information. They did a great job of breaking this stuff down, man. Shout out to Forbes. I would have never knew about all this stuff if it wasn't for them. So if you look at the women, it gives the backstory on her full profile. It basically states that she is a granddaughter of the founder of L'Oreal, richest woman in the world. Let's see here. And she said her family. So, yeah, she became France's reigning L'Oreal heiress in 2017 when her mother, Lillian Bettencourt, then the richest woman in the world, died at age 94. And hold on, I was looking for her grandfather. It was basically her grandfather was actually the one that started the company, but I'll get the information here in a second. I got to find it, but I want to continue with the list. All right, so let's go to the next one. Julia Koch and family, Koch Industries. Julia Koch is worth $59 billion. Her and her 3 children inherited a 42% stake in Koch Industries from her husband, David, who died in August 2019 at age 79. So that's 2 men responsible for the top female billionaires. Let's continue. Alice Walton, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of her before. She is worth $56.7 billion, and she is with the Walmart Foundation. Alice Walton is the only daughter of Walmart founder Sam Walton, so she actually inherited the money from her father. That's another one. Let's continue. Miriam Adelson and family, $35 billion, casinos. Miriam Adelson is the widow of Sheldon Adelson, the former CEO and chairman of casino company Las Vegas Sands, who died at 87 in 2021. So there's another one, right? So she is the widow of the man who actually was the CEO and chairman of Las Vegas Sands. That's another one. They have a picture for this lady, Rafaela Aponte Diamant, 31.2 billion. She is in shipping, and Rafaela and her husband, I'm not even going to try and say that name, G, each own a 50% stake in MSC, the world's largest shipping line. So she's tied with her husband. Let me see if they have any information on her that I can give you guys real quick. So he was the ship captain, her husband, on a trip to Italy. They entered the shipping industry together in 1970 when they purchased a ship with a $200,000 loan. Okay. So, and she's also actually responsible for decorating the ships that they own as well. So they're both joint business owners. So hers is actually legit. So shout out to her. I mean, all of them legit, but let's go here. Suzanne Clatton, 27.4 billion, BMW and pharmaceuticals. Suzanne owns about 19% of the automaker BMW. Her brother, Stefan Quant, owns nearly 24%. So let me see. I'm pretty sure we got information on her. 1 second. Suzanne, where you at? Here we go. So it says that she owns about the 19%. Their late mother, Joanna, was the third wife of legendary industrialist Herbert Quant, who guided BMW to prominence in the luxury market. So yeah, so basically, yeah, it was inherited from the husband, right? From her father. So there you go. Let me see. Dante Bryant. Let me see if I could say this right. G-N-Lu-E-G. G-N-Lu-E-G. Okay. I'm going to end it there, brother. But I'm pretty sure you're right. So, yeah. Thank you. Here we go. Let's go here. Gina Reinhardt, 27 billion. She's in mining. She is actually the richest, Australia's richest citizen. Gina Reinhardt built her own wealth on iron ore. And to give you a little bit of backstory on her, she is the daughter of iron ore explorer Lang Hancock. Reinhardt built her late father's financially distressed company, Hancock Prospecting, becoming executive chairwoman in 1992. So she actually built up the company after it was failing, but the company was started by her late father, right? But she's actually doing a great thing. She did great things with the company, and now look where it's at now, $27 billion. So shouts out to her. And I'm pretty sure y'all recognize this face. Mackenzie Scott, $24.4 billion from Amazon. She is a philanthropist, author, and the ex-wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, to whom she was married for 25 years as part of their 2019 divorce. She received a 4% stake in the online retailer. So she only got 4% of Amazon, and she's on this list as the 60th richest person in the world from getting that settlement from the 4%. That's crazy. That just goes to show you how much money Jeff Bezos actually has. So let's continue. Iris Fontbana, 23.1 billion in mining. She is the widow of Andronico Luksic, who built a fortune in mining and beverages before dying of cancer in 2005. So that's another inheritance. So that was the top 10 richest women in the world. So you guys are probably asking, like, where was the black women on that? They didn't hit the top 10, but we do have some black women on there, and I'm pretty sure you guys know who those black women are. Let me show you. Oprah. Oprah came in at 1,217 on the list with $2.5 billion. from, they say, TV shows, but she has multiple ventures. Oprah Winfrey has transitioned her hit talk show, which ran for 25 years, into a media and business empire. But Oprah, I must say, she did this on her own. So there was no inheritance, no none of that. Oprah been going strong for a while now. So kudos and shout out to Oprah. My goodness. Let's continue. And we have Rihanna, who came in at 2020 on the list at 1.4 billion, music and cosmetics. Rihanna, Barbados' most famous export, is a billionaire thanks to the success of cosmetic line Fenty Beauty. So hold on one second. So I know probably, and that's actually the end of the list, because I know you guys are probably like, well, where's Beyonce? I see, somebody said, Mr. Donnie Mac said, where's Beyonce? She actually didn't make this list. So I don't know why, but maybe she dipped down, or I don't know if she actually became a millionaire just yet. She may be on the cusp. I'm not sure. But if you guys have more information, I'm definitely open to it. But Beyonce wasn't on the list. And also, what's black woman's name? Sheila. I think she was a billionaire, but I think she dipped below. I think she's a part of that percentage of billionaires that went below the billionaire mark. So yeah. So I'm not. Yeah, Emmanuel Dark. I'm not sure. So yeah. So I don't know if she said that. So yeah, and Jay-Z is a billionaire, and of course, we got information on that as well. So I know I've been doing a lot of talking and a lot of statistical dump information, but I just wanted to highlight the two black women that are actually on the list. So shout out to Rihanna and Oprah for actually getting it on their own, pretty much, right? So shouts out to those ladies. But let's get to, before we get to the Black Billionaires video and the Black Companies video, we came here for an actual reason. And I want to share with you guys the average American earnings report from, I think it's from CNBC. They actually put together a video to explain how much it costs in particular cities in the U.S. So, and I want you guys to think about these numbers that you're about to hear, because remember, everybody on social media supposedly earns $100,000 or more. But when you start hearing the statistics in regards to budgeting, which is what we focus on this page for a while now, you'll see that a lot of people are just flat out lying. And that's expected on social media. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to enjoy this video. Here we go. Wait. Hold on. That's the wrong. Here we go.
Average American says they need to earn $233,000 a year to be financially comfortable.
Did y'all hear that? Fair use, by the way. The average American says that they need to earn $233,000 a year to be comfortable. But let's see how much the average person earns in the U.S. Here we go.
But in 2021, American workers on average made only $75,203 annually.
$75,000 a year. So how many people earn more than $75,000, which is the average for all Americans? And I know sometimes in the Black community, we have to get caught up with level setting the conversation just on the Black community alone. I've already did multiple videos showing Black men where we rank amongst other men. So how many people earn more than $75,000 a year annually, right? You could, if you fair to share in the chat, you can, but I mean, it's not required. So let's continue. Fair use. Thank you, Mr. Donnie Mac. Appreciate that, brother. Fair use, fair use. Here we go.
Americans are sort of looking at how much money they would like to have to be financially secure, and that ends up being basically 3 times what the average income is in this country. And to be essentially wealthy or really successful, it's magnitudes above that.
72% of Americans said they weren't financially secure given their current finances.
72%. Wow.
and more than a quarter of Americans said they'll likely never be financially secure.
By the numbers, their debt is lower and their savings are higher coming out of the pandemic, but they're more anxious about what's going to happen next, if they have job stability, if they're going to be able to have secure retirement.
With well over half of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, many are failing to meet some of their modest financial goals.
Who is this? Malby Crazy? Not in 2021. Brother, these numbers are from 2023. So you may be a little bit late. Let's continue.
There are actually millions of people struggling. It's not something that people want to talk about, but if you're in a place where your financial security feels super precarious, you're not alone. And it's not your fault.
So how did it become so difficult to be financially secure in America? And what can you do about it? Let's do some budgeting. Americans working full-time earned a median monthly income of about $4,400 during the second quarter of 2023.
So this is good. This is good. Let's continue. Yeah, this is 2023. Let's continue.
The average worker takes home 75.2% of gross wages after taxes and benefits, shrinking the take-home pay to about $3,308. And that just isn't enough to cover the cost of living in America today.
The cost of healthcare, that has skyrocketed. The cost of attending college has skyrocketed. The cost of purchasing a home has skyrocketed. But nowhere has anyone said wage growth is up 15%, right?
Take a look at some of the most essential expenses for Americans. The median monthly rent in the U.S. is $2,029 as of June 2023.
Jesus. Is anybody paying at or above that amount? $2,029 a month for rent. And like I said, I always kind of remove myself from these types of conversations because I'm a 100% retired combat veteran, right? So I'm exempt from property tax. So I don't, I live in Texas, which has some of the craziest property tax, but I don't see any of that. My monthly mortgage is $1,703. Right. So, and I pay extra, each month on that 1703 because I, make enough to do that. But yeah, so that's why I remove myself from these conversations. So anybody make about that, Pac-Man? 1995. IQS said my mortgage is more than $2,029 a month. Raphael Phillips said that's a house note. Yeah, agree. Full weed Todd. Yes, in Arlington, Virginia. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so we got some people that's paying above that. Let's continue.
That amount already accounts for over 46% of the Americans' median pre-tax income. But most U.S. agencies classify spending more than 30% of one's gross monthly income on rent as being rent-burdened. Meanwhile, the median mortgage payment for a 2,400 square foot house was $1,957 per month. However, a common rule of thumb advises spending 28% or less of your pre-tax income on mortgage payments. For the median gross monthly earnings, that translates to just $1,232.
As we talk to households and talk to consumers out in the real world, especially those, say, under 40, housing is the big issue. Rent, mortgage. It is the biggest concern that people aren't going to be able to make the next payment.
Inflation is really hurting individuals having stability in their housing. And I think sometimes we underestimate that if you have uncertainty in your housing, it causes uncertainty everywhere.
Housing is also the reason why cities have become more difficult to afford. Americans said it would require more than $1 million in net worth to be financially comfortable in places like San Francisco, New York, and Southern California.
This is why we've seen some migration or mobility around the country where some people say, I'm living in a high-cost state like California or New York. We really want to sort of pack up and go to an area that's less expensive. And one of the ironies of that is those places that were cheaper before are now becoming more expensive.
Americans spend on average $690.75 on food every month, according to the latest data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That amount is significantly higher than any of USDA's estimated grocery bills. including more generous and liberal food plans. Add the out-of-pocket health expenditures that cost the average Americans $96.42 every month, and you get a total expense of $2,816.17 for renters, and $2,744.17 for homeowners.
Oh, and thank you for mentioning this. I didn't mention when I said that I pay more than what I'm supposed to in regards to my mortgage. Supreme Clientele said, hey, Media Man, make sure you specify the extra amount is advance principal payment. Yeah, you're right. So the reason why I do this, guys, is because I want to shorten the length of my mortgage. And also you save on the interest rate as well. So that's why I do it. Yeah, I wasn't clear as to why I pay more. I know somebody's like, man, why are you paying more than you're supposed to? Because I'm trying to shorten the length of my mortgage. That's how I paid off my old house, right? And was able to rent that out and doing the same thing with this house. Been working well too. So thank you, Supreme Clientele. Let's continue. Fair use.
That amount already accounts for 85% of the median take-home pay for average American renters, and over 82% for an average homeowner. This is excluding other essential expenses like transportation, childcare, and debt payments.
Many Americans are really struggling with just the increase of costs of living and food and housing. Utility bills have gone up. Car insurance has gone up. Homeowners insurance has gone up. And how can they pay for them but also meet other goals that they have too?
Budgeting experts advise Americans to spend just 50% of their net income on essentials, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings or paying off debt.
We see that allocation shifting significantly.
Did you see that 50-30-20 rule? We've been talking about this for maybe 4-5 months now with the finance episodes. It works, guys. You keep things simple. What's that acronym we have in the military? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Let's continue.
Where people are spending 75% of their take home just on needs, which leaves very little for wants and very little for saving for your financial future. So depending upon where you live and of course your income, many Americans really cannot meet that target allocation.
So much of managing your financial life in America today is like drinking from a fire hose. I think many households are not able to show up and impose a framework of their own design onto their finances. Many are still in this reactionary space where they're just trying to figure out how to make ends meet.
The Federal Reserve has implemented 11 interest rate hikes to combat inflation since March 2022. But more than a third of Americans said rising interest rates kept them from financial comfort.
Higher interest rates really can stand in the way of affordability for many financial activities or decisions that people want to engage in, and home purchases is sort of at the top of that list.
Look at the person who was going to buy a house that was, let's say, $375,000 2 years ago. Their monthly payment would have been less than $2,000. Now it's about $3,400. And it's the same house, right? The only thing that has changed is the interest rate.
Purchasing a car is more expensive. It's more expensive to maintain a balance on a credit card with the new offers for a credit card, even for the best qualified individual being at 20.5%, and other people are paying closer to 30.
Jesus, I couldn't imagine paying 20 to 30% in interest rates for a credit card. My goodness. That's why it pays to have, good credit and also hold on to the credit cards that you started with. I've been with American Express for everything since, I want to say 2014. So it's been pretty well since then. So, and thank you, man. Appreciate it, man, for breaking the drought, brother. My 2 cents. Let me go and update the show sponsorship. Prince Paxton been cooking for a while. Yeah, man, it was a drought. This is good information, man, but I greatly appreciate it. Let me go ahead and add you to the list, brother. Prince Paxton and my 2 cents. Are today's show sponsors. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the support. I got you on there. Oh, man, we got my man, JT Coin Rings. It ain't a show until JT show up with the 199 Super Chat. Say hello, media man and chat. You came in at a good time, JT. Definitely came in at a good time. So let's continue with the video. Here we go.
Cost of capital is going up very rapidly. And many of the kind of toeholds we saw for lower income households was because they were having access to credit and to home loans and to other things in a relatively flat economy where they still had a good job market. The ability to access credit, both for small businesses and for households, is getting much harder as the financial system becomes more risk averse in that space.
Credit is essential because Americans don't have the savings to cover big expenses. More than 40% of Americans blamed insufficient retirement funds or emergency savings as the reason for financial insecurity.
My, over 40%? Man. I hope, guys, this stuff is putting things into perspective in regards to the financial state of America, not just black folks and the people on social media that lie. I mean, we have to be aware that it's really no fact checking like that. You know what I'm saying? People can come on here and say whatever the hell they want. But just understand that there's a lot of people struggling in the United States. And, you know, we're trying to do our best to change that, especially over here on my platform. So, damn, this is tough, man. Fair use.
For a lot of people, just to feel subjectively feel financially better, they need some amount of savings. A lot of financial planners will say 3 months of your income. That's, for many people, just so overwhelming that they can't even begin to think about it.
More than half of Americans today said they didn't have at least 3 months of emergency expenses saved, including 22% that said they had no emergency savings at all.
It doesn't take unemployment to really knock somebody out of whack with respect to their personal finances if they're among the many Americans who say they cannot afford a $1,000 emergency expense and to pay that from their savings.
The reality is, if expenses are routinely higher than your income, you are not going to be able to put away meaningful sums. There are many, many households who do the verb of saving. You see money go into their account all the time. It just doesn't stay there because they are routinely hit with a need to grab that little bit of money and use it for some kind of income shock or unexpected expense or even expected expense.
36% of Americans said they had more credit card debt than emergency savings. According to Experian, an average American holds a debt balance of $96,370.
Y'all see that? The average American owns $96,000 in debt. So, man, y'all better be grateful or thankful that hopefully that's not you. $96,000. Could you imagine? Sheesh. Fair use.
$1, which includes several loan products like credit cards, auto loans, and mortgages. More than a quarter of Americans said debt was what kept them from financial security.
Debt is a way of channeling some of our financial resources, and that can be a very effective tool. Many of us are fans of credit cards that have rewards, for example, but if you're not paying that principal or debt off within the billing cycle, that's when those double-digit percentage interest rates hit, and that can then exact a toll on the other aspects of your personal finances.
How do we properly address this so that people cannot be in the cycle of just focusing on paying debt and necessities, but can even think about transitioning to that other 20% and creating an emergency savings, which causes financial stability, or even saving for retirement, which is the goal of creating future financial stability in retirement?
The fact that many Americans are living in financial insecurity poses a big risk to the economy as a whole.
There's a reason why we measure and monitor very closely things like consumer confidence or consumer sentiment, because what populates those data points are everyday measurements like inflation and the strength of the job market.
I think COVID really showed us that households, when they don't have a level of stability and security, are actually the primary foundation of whether the economy can be strong or not, because we are so based on consumer spending in this country.
So that's the biggest issue, guys, the consumer spending. And this is what we always refer to when we talk about the Black community. Even in COVID, it was funny that a lot of people's savings actually increased, but they came out worse because once COVID ended, all that money went back into consumer spending. And that's why you see a drastic decrease in people saying that they are financially insecure. It's tough, man. It's a tough road. Let's see here. Drip Fire with the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. He said, I make $120K and live paycheck to paycheck in NYC. Man, I struggle, but if cut off my 401k, crypto stocks, bonds, precious metals, etc., I will be fine. Yeah, man, you just diversify. You know, diversification is the way to go just in case times, get hard or whatever. And I would hope that there are more people trying to get to that level, in regards to where you're at. But a start would be that emergency fund, because life happens. I've said that multiple times. But thank you for sharing, Drip. Drip Fire again. He says, $2 super chat said, and I've cut my expenses down. Yeah, New York is tough. I know, man. All right, let's continue.
Public policy can greatly improve Americans' chances of achieving financial security.
So, for example, Social Security is the bedrock of most people's financial security in retirement. It's not the only source of their retirement income, but it keeps a lot of older people out of poverty. And we know that Social Security needs some reforms in order to maintain its same level of benefits. And then also anything we can do to make sure that employers are offering any kind of retirement savings opportunities, emergency savings opportunities at work, offering employees the ability to enroll in benefits, whether that's health insurance or insurance for life insurance or disability insurance. Employers are a key part of this too, and public policies play a big role in terms of what employers can offer and at what price they can afford it.
The household's willingness to work toward financial security is also important.
Ultimately, the answer here is that solutions have to be arrived at the macro level as well as the household level. And so at some level, we all need to try to own our own financial success by managing our money as well as we can across the range of areas like emergency savings and retirement.
Financial advisors say the first step is to have a clear goal.
What do you want to achieve personally? What do you want to achieve at work? When do you want to retire? What do you want to do for others? And write that down.
But the key to success comes down to budgeting.
Everyone should budget. What we say is it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. And so think about and have some transparency of where is your money going? And then make sure the budget that you have aligns with the goals that you wrote down. If you say you want to retire early, are you saving more to retire early? If you want to put your children through college, if you want to be debt free, are you paying more on your student loans? Are you paying more on your credit cards so you can be debt free? Make sure that your budget aligns with your goals.
There are actually millions of people.
So that was actually a good point. And is this when talking to people during the Calendly consults, because the majority of them are about finances. And I've learned that a lot of people just don't have financial goals, or they haven't set realistic financial goals, right? And those come in handy because it keeps your eye on the prize, so to speak. If you need to purchase something and you need this particular item, you save for it. So that's a financial goal. The same thing goes into retirement, or if you want to put your kids through college so they won't have to take out student loans. Then you need to develop a plan and get with either a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you, some education, and see how you can obtain your financial goal in the fastest way possible, or the most sound and logical way possible. So set those financial goals, realistic ones. Don't run out there, oh man, $1 million, and just realistic. Let's continue.
It's not something that people want to talk about, but if you're in a place where your financial security feels super precarious, you're not alone. And it's not your fault.
Many people who have really high incomes and a lot of savings still feel financially anxious. So don't feel like this is your fault or something to do with the fact that your income isn't enough. We all have to deal with this in different ways. And the most important thing you can do is just acknowledge that and deal with it and not try to avoid it.
All right. Thank you, CNBC, for that great breakdown to put things into perspective. So let's get into some fun stuff real quick and talk about the top well, it says 15, but I have a more updated list as well. Let's take a look at this video that breaks down the top 15 black billionaires, right? And I actually broke this down into sections or different groups so we could put things into perspective and see how black men are progressing. Yeah. So y'all know me. I'm going to put things into perspective for you guys. So let's see here.
And influence. These are the hallmarks of success in our society. And for centuries, they've been predominantly held by white men. But that's changing. And nowhere is that change more evident than in the world of billionaires. While wealth is often associated with white privilege and power, the individuals we'll be discussing today are breaking down barriers and shattering stereotypes. These are the men and women who have achieved incredible wealth and success, despite the many obstacles that have been placed in their way. They are entrepreneurs, innovators, and philanthropists who are changing the world for the better. You may be surprised to learn that there are currently only 15 black billionaires in the world.
Did you hear that? They estimated that it's only 15 black billionaires across the world. However, there are multiple reports in regards to Africa that state that 20 African, from the continent are billionaires. But on this list, they say 15. However, I do have a couple more names to add to that as well. But let's continue with the video, and I'll share what I'm talking about here in a second.
However, the combined net worth of these individuals is an astounding $73.8 billion, a testament to their hard work, resilience, and determination. Some of the names on this list will be familiar to you, while others may be less well known. However, all of them have fascinating stories that are worth exploring.
Hey, yes, that's a good thing. If somebody has the time in the chat, how many black billionaires can you name? If they're saying it's 15, I actually have 18. Let's see, 18, and that's not including all the African billionaires of that 20 that they say. But how many billionaires can you name? Let's continue.
We'll be discussing individuals from a wide range of industries, including finance, technology, entertainment, and more. From the founder of one of the largest black-owned banks in America to the man who revolutionized the music industry, these billionaires are making waves and inspiring others to dream big. We hope that by exploring the lives of these black billionaires, you'll gain a deeper understanding of what it takes to achieve success, no matter what your background or circumstances may be.
Fair use.
It's worth noting that this list can change quickly, as the fortunes of billionaires can fluctuate due to various factors.
So that's important. And that's why I wanted to put that in there. He said that, yeah, the list can change. So if there's somebody that you either know or thought was a billionaire, they may not be on this list because of the changes. So let's continue.
Just changes in the stock market, economic conditions, and personal circumstances. So let's dive in and explore the fascinating lives of the richest black billionaires in the world. 15. Tyler Perry, $1 billion.
Off the bat, and I didn't spend too much time on Tyler Perry but Tyler Perry he is a billionaire. So let's continue.
14. Robert Louis Johnson, $1.3 billion. Robert Johnson is an American businessman and investor. As the co-founder of Black Entertainment Television, BET, Johnson helped to create the first television network targeted toward African American audiences. 13. Jay-Z, $1.4 billion. Jay-Z, born Sean Corey Carter, is an American rapper, songwriter, producer, and businessman. Number 12. Tony Elumelu. Tony Elumelu is a Nigerian entrepreneur, philanthropist, and investor who has made his wealth through his business ventures and investments. 11. Michael Lee Chin, $1.7 billion. In 1983, Lee Chin started AIC Limited with just $500,000 in initial capital.
So he is actually black. He's just mixed, guys. I know you're probably like looking at the way he presents, but yeah, he is actually black. He's half Asian, black, and I believe Jewish. So yeah, so that's why he falls here on the blacklist. Here we go.
Through savvy investments and strategic acquisitions, AIC grew to become one of the largest mutual fund companies in Canada, with over $15 billion in assets under management. 10. Rihanna, $1.7 billion. Rihanna, born Robin Rihanna Fenty, is a Barbadian singer, songwriter, actress, and businesswoman. She has made her wealth through her successful music career, as well as her numerous business ventures. 9. Strive Masiyiwa, $1.9 billion. Strive Masiyiwa is a Zimbabwean-born entrepreneur and philanthropist who has made his wealth through his successful business.
Hey, do we have anybody in the chat that's from the continent? Anybody from any African countries? I mean, of course, we know all black folks are, but I'm talking about you grew up in Africa and you came over to the States. Do you know any of these African men? Let's continue. Fair use.
Ventures in telecommunications and technology. He is the founder and executive chairman of Econet Wireless, a leading mobile telecommunications company in Africa. 8. Michael Jordan, $2 billion. Michael Jordan is a retired American professional basketball player and businessman who made his wealth through his successful career in sports and various business ventures. Jordan is widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, having won 6 NBA championships and numerous other accolades during his career. Jordan's success in basketball led to various endorsements and business opportunities, including a highly successful line of athletic shoes and apparel under the Nike brand. He also invested in various other business ventures, including restaurants, a car dealership, and a stake in the Charlotte Hornets NBA team. In addition to his business ventures, Jordan is known for his philanthropic work. He has donated millions of dollars to various charitable causes, including education, healthcare, and social justice initiatives. Michael Jordan's net worth is estimated to be $2 billion as of April 2023, making him one of the wealthiest athletes in the world. His success as a basketball player and businessman, as well as his philanthropic work, have made him a highly respected figure in the sports and business communities and a role model for many. 7. Oprah Winfrey, $2.5 billion. Oprah Winfrey is an American media executive, talk show host, actress, and philanthropist who has made her wealth through her successful career in media and entertainment. She is best known for her long-running talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, which aired for 25 seasons from 1986 to 2011 and became the highest-rated television program of its kind in history. Winfrey's success in media and entertainment has led to various business ventures and investments, including her own television network, OWN, which she co-founded in 2011. She has also invested in various other companies and brands, including Weight Watchers and Apple. In addition,
so that Weight Watchers deal that she had, I think they just removed her, or she removed herself because she admitted that she used medication to help her lose weight or keep the weight off. And that just recently happened. I think I seen that come across, my phone maybe last week where they said that. So yeah, so she used to be a huge, sponsor for Weight Watchers. I can remember Oprah promoting Weight Watchers back in like the early 90s. So yeah, so it's crazy. Fair use.
In addition to her business ventures, Winfrey is known for her philanthropic work. She has donated millions of dollars to various charitable causes and established the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for girls in South Africa, which provides educational opportunities to underprivileged girls in the country. Oprah Winfrey's net worth is estimated to be $2.5 billion as of April 2023, making her one of the wealthiest people in the entertainment industry and a highly respected figure in media and philanthropy. Her success and influence have made her a role model for many, and her philanthropic work has had a significant impact on various communities and causes around the world. 6. Patrice Motsepe, $2.8 billion.
Man, and let me shout out the guy who's actually reading these names. He's doing an excellent job. I definitely wouldn't be able to do that. So thank you. Let's continue. Fair use.
Patrice Motsepe is a South African mining magnate and businessman who has made his wealth through his successful career in mining and various business ventures. 5. David Stewart, $6 billion. David Stewart is an American businessman and entrepreneur who has made his wealth through his successful career in the technology industry. Stewart is the founder and chairman of Worldwide Technology, WWT, a technology company that provides solutions and services to various industries, including healthcare, government, and telecommunications. 4. Mike Adenuga, $6.2 billion. Mike Adenuga is a Nigerian businessman and entrepreneur who has made his wealth through his successful career in the telecommunications and oil industries.
He's worth $6.2 billion. Wow.
3. Robert F. Smith, $8 billion. Robert F. Smith is an American businessman and philanthropist who has made his wealth through his successful career in the finance and technology industries. Smith is the founder, chairman, and CEO of Vista Equity Partners, a private equity and venture capital firm that specializes in investing in software and technology companies. Under Smith's leadership, Vista Equity Partners has grown to become one of the most successful private equity firms in the world, with over $73 billion in assets under management. Smith's success in the finance and technology industries has led to various business opportunities and investments, including his own investment company, the Robert F. Smith Family Foundation. In addition to his business ventures, Smith is known for his philanthropic work. He has donated millions of dollars to various charitable causes, including education, healthcare, and social development initiatives. Robert F. Smith's net worth is estimated to be $8 billion as of April 2023.
Wow, $8 billion.
Making him one of the wealthiest people in the United States and a highly respected figure in the business and philanthropic communities. His success as a finance and technology entrepreneur, as well as his philanthropic work, have made him a role model for many in the United States and beyond. 2. Abdulsamad Rabiu, $8.3 billion. Abdulsamad Rabiu is a Nigerian businessman and entrepreneur who has made his wealth through his successful career in the industrial and manufacturing industries. 1. Aliko Dangote, $14.2 billion.
Man.
This is the richest black man in Africa and the world as a whole.
You hear that? Richest black man in the world.
Aliko Dangote is a Nigerian businessman and entrepreneur who has made his wealth through his successful career in various industries, including cement production, sugar refining, and commodities trading. Dangote is the founder and chairman of Dangote Group, a diversified conglomerate that operates in various sectors across Africa, including cement, agriculture, and energy.
All right, so that was a full, complete list from 2023. However, they did have some additions to that, and I want to share with you guys. But first, let me show you what they're talking about in regards to the African billionaires. You guys see this? So like I said, this Byron Allen one, Mr. Donnie Mack, this may fluctuate and it may change. So he wasn't on this list, or he wasn't actually on the additions as well. But let me share this real quick and I'll show you. So the fortunes of Africa's wealthiest people have rebounded slightly in the past 12 months, reversing the decline in their fortunes from a year ago, though they are still off their all-time highs. The 20 billionaires on the 2024 Forbes list of Africa's richest are worth a combined $82.4 billion. That's up $900 million from last year's $81.5 billion. So yeah, so they say that there's 20 Africans that are billionaires, but they actually didn't list it on that video. But they did make some additions to the complete list of 15, and it was actually Alex Karp, who is this man right here. He is worth $1.9 billion, and yes, he is a black man. His ethnicity is rooted mixed race heritage. Jewish father and African American mother. So yeah, so he is on the list as well. And you also have Tiger Woods, at 1.1 billion, and also LeBron James at 1 billion. So these numbers have actually increased, but remember, this number is forever changing. So that's why I wanted to be clear on that. You may find other lists or other videos that have other people listed on there, like Byron Allen, but on the video from 2023 and also from this new list, they weren't on there. But you can see the full complete list on Forbes.com. Just type in 2024 billionaires, Forbes, and it'll come up or whatever, right? But I did actually separate the category of billionaires from that top 15 and also the 3 that they added. So if you put things into perspective in regards to the top 18 black billionaires, listen to this. So you have 6 African men on that top 18 list, African men from the continent, and you also have 9 African American men who are on the top 18 black billionaires list. African American men, 9. Then you have 2 African American women and 1 Canadian black man, right? So yeah. So all in all, there are more African American black male billionaires than anybody. So, and if you want to extrapolate that and include all men, there are more black men billionaires than black women billionaires. So that actually, contributes to why black men out earn black women as well. Because then the reason why I put that out there is because I saw somebody on social media saying that black women have the most billionaires, and people was trying to tell this woman they could name a couple off the top of their head: Jordan, Robert Smith, Jay-Z. It was very simple, to say, hey, no, that's not true or whatever, because it's only 2 in with black women. But she was, adding a bunch of other people. They just don't include their whole income, and it was just foolery. So that's the reason why I put that in there. And yeah, you are right. Full we Todd. Rihanna ain't from here, so you can include that, Caribbean black woman. So yeah, it is on it is. But like I said, West Side Ninja, like I said, Magic and Shaq should be on there too, I believe. You may find another list, but they weren't on here. So you can check it out. It's on Forbes.com, and you can see for yourself. So if you find any other information, you can let me know in the comment section once I clip this up. But from this video from Forbes, Magic, Shaq, they weren't on there. So let's see here. So we can go ahead and wrap it up, B. So yeah, so do more research and see what you find. So there's Drip Fire said Magic 1.1 billion. Shaq isn't a billionaire. Again, not my numbers. I just looked at the video and also at Forbes. So if you guys know Shaq or Magic personally, then you can let me know. So, but as of now, no. But yeah, so we went 3 hours and 30 minutes. Man, this was a great show. Hopefully you guys learned something. And yeah, and also let me address this, man. It's funny that I've heard a lot of conversations of people saying, why if Africa has, potentially 20 billion, if there's 20 African billionaires, then why is Africa so impoverished, right? And I typically see black folks talk about this, like, how a lot of African folks don't like African American people who are born in the United States, and they always point to that. Well, why aren't Africans helping their people? And what we as Black Americans fail to understand, and we always do this, is that Africa is a continent. It's not a country, right? So when you say that there's, possibly 20 billion or 20 African billionaires, they're with different countries. There's multiple countries in Africa. I've been to 12 of them, and they're all different. Even the ones that's close, right? They all have their own, personality, so to speak. So that would be just, like us saying, hey, why don't Canada and the United States do something more for each other or something like that? These are different countries. So when you say, why don't they help Africa, then you need to narrow that down to the country that those billionaires are representing. And you can see it on the list, right? So we got to stop referring to Africa as like it's a country. Go back to Africa. Where? What country? So we got to get better at that. And also, it's just some lowbrow conversations out there about the history of the United States. And there was some black women asking, what have black men built and all this type of stuff, trying to degrade our contributions to the United States. And it's funny that a lot of people don't know that black men actually built the White House. Did y'all know that? Enslaved black men built the White House. Also, they built the U.S. Capitol. So that's something that, hey, we were enslaved, but we did build these places that you guys know and love. We also built the HBCUs that, you black women love to attend. Black men have done a lot. Black men have opened up the majority of the black-owned banks. The hospitals that we used to have, the two that we are about to have running, Howard Hospital was built by black men, right? So there's a lot of things that black men have built that you guys benefit from, but they don't even, black men don't even ask for credit, especially when it comes to colleges, right? So we've done a lot in this country, man. You could, think about our contributions to building railroads. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Damn near Capitol Hill, DC, black men. So y'all, the competition is just crazy. And I don't understand why black women do this. By saying whatever you built, and it's all foolery, man. And I didn't even want to, end it on that. But I'm just like, why are y'all competing with black men? You're not going to win. So just stop. It's that simple. So let me get a couple comments real quick. Chuck Williams said Nigeria is in shambles. These countries are very top heavy. Yeah, and there's a saying in Africa, there's no middle class. You're either uber rich in certain African countries, Nigeria being one of them, or you are poor. There's no in between, right? And I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of this narrative. I'm not from the continent. I just spent a year going to 12 different countries for military service. But I did see a lot. And yes, the places, I'm Air Force. When we weren't in the field, the Air Force literally would buy out certain, hotels and resorts where we could set up security, where we could stay, right? So I've seen that, some of the nicest places. I actually stayed in one of the most expensive hotel resorts in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa, right by the convention center. It was amazing. I got pictures of that. One of the best experiences I ever had. So, oh, here we go. Hitflick said the railroads too. Yep. To be honest, most Americans refer to it as one country. Yeah, and I hate that. Go to Africa. Where are you going? Driftfire said we can't look to them for help, only assistance if need be, but 1% shouldn't build for the 99%. That's crazy to me. Yeah, and I agree. Dante Bryant, black men built everywhere. Yeah, it's a lot, man. It is definitely a lot. Oh, here we go. MC Recovery and Relapse with the $2 super sticker. Thank you, brother, for the way out. Thank you. Driftfire said, I bet you their plumber are black men. Their plumbers are black men. Yeah, man. 10-door tycoon said inflation is eroding the American middle class. Y'all better get your hands on some real estate and never sell unless you are buying more real estate. Yeah, that's good advice. Not real estate advice, just education. We got to say that for, legal purposes. But Media Man told me, and 10-door tycoon. Oh, man. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Again, Thank you to all those who sent in the super chats and or cash apps. I greatly appreciate it. This is a longer show, so all the support is definitely appreciated because this show took a week to prepare for. Had to get things situated. I think it was well worth it. Before we get out of here, let me check the cash apps real quick. Oh, my man, Joe O'Brien, this brother right here. That's our show sponsor. At the end of the show, he dropped $100 cash app on your boy, Joe O'Brien. Said, just dropping by to show love, bro. Appreciate it. I definitely got to give you your just due on here, brother. Man, I thank you on the way out, man. I appreciate that. Damn. Because this show definitely took a long time. Especially that Ian Dunlap foolery. That's crazy, man. How these people could just lie to black women knowing that they won't do the research on their own. Shit crazy. There you go, Joe. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the support. Oh, my bad. Got Curtis. Wait, did I miss this? I get that? Yeah. Curtis LaRose with the $9.99 super sticker. Thank you, good brother. On the way out. Thank you. And I miss any. Let me get a comment. It said, MC says I did a training for my job. 1 hour and 10 minutes. Yeah. Oh, man. Good on you, brother. And Drunk Photography said, just give them James West. James West. Let's see here. Drunk Photography said black men built the microphones these dusty bras speak into. Jesus. Oh, man. So let's get out of here, man. I'm going to get something neat, man. I'm starting to get lightheaded. I ain't ate in a while. But yeah, this is a good stream. I'm going to try and get back through the middle of the week. If possible, do some more health content for you guys going into the weekend. We are in March, and make sure y'all don't forget to do your taxes, man. It's already March, so I'm almost done with mine. So make sure you do those early so you won't be late or behind, man. Got to do those taxes, but appreciate it. Until next time, man. Again, thank you to those who donated. Thank you to all of you who commented in the comment section, and I'll definitely leave you with, let me see here. I know people tend to like that fast car rendition, so I'll go ahead and leave you guys with that. But thank you. And I'm going to get out of here, get something to eat, and chill for a little bit before the Lakers play the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hopefully we can get a win tonight, and I can sleep at peace. But until next time, Media Man out. Peace. Thank y'all, and God bless. Appreciate the support as always, man.
I want to get to anywhere. Maybe we can make it. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Started from zero and nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, I felt like I was strong. City lights laid out. Got a